Call it for whatever you want to. It's an exciting time. It's a new opportunity for 8 teams, Mark, going into this postseason in the Crossroads League. The reality of it is, big picture kind of stuff. We know that Indiana Wesleyan, we know that St. Francis, we know that Bethel, those 3 teams are going to go to the national tournament. But the question is, there going to be a 4th team? Will it be the Marion University Knights? Will it be one of these teams advance by winning the conference tournament, which, of course, is another automatic bid? It's going to be really, really interesting. Mount Vernon, who swept the Bethel Pilots twice this year, thinks they have an opportunity to do it tonight. Do you think they can?
Yeah, I think they can. And, you know, it's the Pilots. We saw them during warm-ups. They're locked in. I was over here on campus yesterday. They were locked in. But they're going to have their hands full tonight. This team, this Mount Vernon team, is better than their 17-13 record. And they've played the Pilots well twice. They've beaten the Pilots twice. And so, you know, when you look at these stats you put together, Paul, these 2 teams are real similar as far as statistical categories.
No question about it. Pilots coming in with a record of 22-8, 11-7 overall. Let's take a look at the Crossroads League field that we're going to see tonight across the actually, it's going to be across the Hoosier State tonight. I think we can say that. Number 8, Taylor, will be on the road at the number 1 seed and the regular season champion, Indiana Wesleyan. Huntington will be traveling to Indianapolis to take on Marion University. Mount Vernon, of course, here taking on the number 3 seed in a 6-3 matchup. The number 7-2 matchup is an interesting one because Mount Vernon comes down from Spring Arbor comes down from Michigan to take on St. Francis. St. Francis, tell you what, lost a little bit of mojo down the stretch in regards to Crossroads League play. But once again, they are 1 win away from running the table and winning it all with the talent that they have. So as you look at the big picture of the Crossroads League, what steps out to the forefront to you?
I think, you know, we go back a few years ago, the Pilots were number 4 seed, I believe. They won their first round game, and then as the scores started trickling in, 1, 2, and 3 got knocked off, and the Pilots ended up having, you know, the home court advantage the rest of the way. And that's what happens in this conference. Anybody has a chance, and like you said, this is that time of year where teams are playing not just to win their conference tournament. You're playing for that postseason berth to go out to the national tournament. Even the teams that are in are playing for seeding. The teams that aren't in are fighting for those last spots.
You look at this matchup here today between the Bethel Pilots and Mount Vernon. A really interesting situation. It's only the 23rd meeting, and that's pretty new in regards to most of the Crossroads League teams. Bethel leads the all-time series. The last Mount Vernon win here earlier this season was the first in the school's history. So it's from a historical perspective, it's been pretty land-breaking for head coach Jared Ronai and his squad. They present all kinds of matchup problems. If they have Jordy Moss in at the post, a big 7-footer from Spain, he presents on all kinds of matchups there. And then you talk about 2 guys who I think are as good as you can get in this league, and Jacob Paul, their outstanding sophomore point guard. You throw in also Brett Vipperman, Jeremiah Roberts. We can go up and down the line. This is a tough matchup, but the one thing I think that you mentioned, I thought of when I was watching the boys get together tonight, they are really dialed in, Coach.
They're focused, and you left off Schmitz, who's got 63 pointers. Can't forget about him. But I think, remember back when they beat Bethel here, that was a turning point in Coach Ryan Lightfoot's young career, because 15.2 seconds to go, Ryan Lutz, best foul shooter, inbounds the ball to Gage. Gage gets fouled, misses the free throws. Pilots were up 2 at that point. Mount Vernon scores and ends up winning in overtime. And Ryan, you know, I remember the post-game show even, Andrew, you know, 5 minutes after the game ended, Andrew Wingreen said, we messed up as coaches. You know, we regret what we did there. And I think it started that losing streak for the Pilots, but it was good for them because that's when they grew as a team. And we see right now, as a staff, as a team, yeah, they're playing the best basketball they've played all year right now, the most focused basketball. And so it's good to lose sometimes in the middle of the season.
I don't know if I agree with that, but nonetheless, we'll take it, okay? If you get to from A to B, right?
I'm a Purdue fan. 19 straight wins was all fun, but then those 3 straight losses,
it
was
brings
like
you back down to earth a little bit.
And you get focused again.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back after the timeout. We're going to go one-on-one with the man who knows more about Crossroads League basketball as well as the rest of the NAIA National Tournament Series. We'll come back with Bethel Sports Information Director Extraordinaire, Andrew Bowen. He's going to break down the national tournament and kind of give us an idea of what we're all going to experiencing starting tonight across the great United States of America. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines.
Andrew.
A tough and determined few, dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title, Marine.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Bethel Sports Information Director Extraordinaire Andrew Bowen joining us here. Andrew, long before he became the Sports Information Director, was a big fan of the NAIA. I take a lot of what he has to say into consideration when we're talking about college basketball. So this is something that it's been a big passion point for you. Even comes back to the time where you were here on campus and you were part of the men's basketball program. All right, first of all, a lot of conferences are going to start to get underway, and one that I might point out is one that we're broadcasting elsewhere tonight. So let's start with the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. We know that Governor State is an automatic in right now from their standpoint. Roosevelt, Trinity International, some other teams that are hoping to. We know the CCAC has 2 berths. The question is, does Trinity International, a tournament team a year ago, they're receiving votes in the most recent poll. Do you think they have an opportunity? And second part of the question, can Holy Cross get hot and run the table and get there? Because they're going to have to win the CCAC title to get there, all intents and purposes.
First of all, for your first part of your question, Governor State, obviously, guaranteed automatic bid. Roosevelt, guaranteed they're going to be in with an at-large bid at least. They're ranked high enough. And as well, Trinity International will be in if there's no major upsets in conference tournaments across the land. They made it rose enough in the final top 25 poll to put themselves in position for an at-large bid to be handed out next week if there's no major upsets. Holy Cross, I think they're obviously they're going to have to run the table. Any of the other teams remaining in the CCAC are going to have to run the table and win the conference tournament. And I think it's really anybody's bid to win that conference tournament.
Another great league in the NAIA Division II basketball is the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Right now, Andrew, you look at there are 5 teams that have won 20 games. Number 6, Morningside. Number 9, Briarcliff. Number 11, Northwestern Iowa. Number 18, Dakota Wesleyan. And then you have Hastings receiving votes. The question is, they're going to get 2. We know automatically that Morningside has already won the regular season championship. You see them getting 3. You see them potentially getting 4. What do you think?
Right now, they've got 5 in. Hastings is on the bubble. Hastings is a team, if you look going down the bid, Hastings is the last at-large bid in line right now. That means no upsets in the conference tournaments, and they're in. Otherwise, they're going to be their bubbles burst. But right now, they'll get 4 in, possibly 5 if everything goes to chalk in the conference tournaments. Great Plains Athletic Conference, I think, is the toughest conference in the nation this year, even tougher than the Crossroads League. Briarcliff, Morningside, Dakota Wesleyan, and Northwestern, all 4 have been in the top 15, top 18 all season long, and they're tough. And they travel well to the national tournament. So if they're all in, it's going to be home games for them pretty much.
All right, another tough league is the Cascade Collegiate Athletic Conference. Number 4, the College of Idaho. Number 13, Warner Pacific. Number 21, Oregon Tech. And Eastern Oregon, a team who's I would think would be a bubble team right now. They're receiving votes in the most recent poll. Your thoughts on this particular league? Once again, another grouping of 4 teams with 20-plus wins.
College of Idaho locked up their first automatic bid, so they're in. They'll be a number 1 seed most likely in the national tournament, 1 or 2, depending if they have a poor showing in their conference tournament. Warner Pacific is going to be in. They're ranked number 13, 1 ahead of where Bethel's at in the national poll right now. So regardless of what happens, they'll be in. I think Oregon Tech is going to receive an at-large bid. Eastern Oregon is played fairly poorly down the stretch, maybe 1-3 their last 4 games. They're on the outside looking in right now. They were 20-4, something like that. They ended up 21-7, so they're on the outside looking in. They're going to have to win their conference tournament.
Okay, the River States Conference. Number 2, IU East. Number 13 is IU Southeast. Number 25, West Virginia Tech. And receiving votes, University of Michigan, Dearborn. Is that good or bad or indifferent? I think only 2 teams are getting there. What do you think?
Right now, I've got 3 teams in. West Virginia Tech is solidly in the field. I think they've got 4 or 5 upsets before they're on the bubble. So they're in. IU East, again, automatic bid. They're already in. IU Southeast, top 13 team, tied with Warner Pacific for number 13 in the nation. They're in. I think West Virginia Tech gets
all right, Wolverine, who's your athletic conference? I believe I should move Michigan Dearborn
Dearborn is
down in the WAC. But number 1, Cornerstone, and number 3, Indiana Tech. 2 powerful teams. But the rest of the league was pretty average, right?
Fairly average. They're going to get two teams, and those are going to be the only 2, unless someone upsets either one of those teams. Again, in the Wolverine Athletic Conference, if the tournament automatic bid is won by the Cornerstone, who already has the automatic. It goes to the tournament runner-up. So if Cornerstone and Indiana Tech both make the championship game, they're only getting 2 in.
All right, the Sun Conference, St. Thomas, number 7, number 23, Kaiser, and a couple teams that are receiving votes, Southeastern and Warner of Florida. Do any of those receiving votes teams get a nod?
This is the probably the most interesting game, and I think their game starts on, their tournament starts on Thursday for them. St. Thomas is guaranteed. They got their automatic bid for winning the regular season. Kaiser will be in. They're ranked high enough to get in as well. But what basically comes down to Southeastern and Warner. Right now I've got Southeastern in, but and Warner I have as the first team out. And they play each other first round of the conference tournament. So basically that's a play-in game for them. Whoever wins that game, I think, is going to be in. Whoever loses is out.
All right, final question. Crossroads League. Here we are tonight. Number 5, Iowa. Number 8, St. Francis. Number 15, Bethel. Number 24, Marion. 4 teams from the Crossroads League?
4 teams. I've got all 4 teams. Marion's done very, very well these last 2 weeks, getting themselves in position. They're solidly in the field. I think it's going to take one of the other 4 teams to win the conference tournament to get a bid.
Of those 4 schools I just mentioned, who do you think has the best chance to win the Crossroads League title that is not in that Elite 4?
That is not in those 4. Of the other 4, I like Huntington. Huntington's really started off really slow this year, but they can shoot the lights out. And if they get hot, they're pretty tough to beat. And I think against a Marion team tonight, I think if they shoot well, they can get that. Then it's tournament time, one game at a time for them, and I think they could get hot and make a run.
All right, when we come back after the timeout, we'll go one-on-one with Jared Ronai, the head coach of Mount Vernon. Once again, Andrew Bowen breaking down the Crossroads League tournament as well as the entire NAIA field, which gets underway tonight across gymnasiums in America. Stay tuned for more of the Crossroads League quarterfinals coming your way right after this short timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Nothing but top-selling models at Gates of Granger, Michiana's newest, hottest pre-owned sales lot. If you can't tell the difference, why pay the difference? Only you and I know it's used, and I won't tell.
Gates knows. Now you know.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside. Your heart starts beating really, really fast. You've never done anything so hard in your life. This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. It's such extreme pain, you don't understand how you can finish. I began to feel that there was no way I was ever going to have my title, U.S. Marine. It takes special inner strength, courage, and desire to do this. I was just thinking, I'm so close. I'm so close. And when I finished, I was like, I'm done. I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me straight in front of me, put her arm on my shoulder and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Crossroads League men's basketball tournament gets underway here. Quarterfinals here tonight from Mike Lightfoot Court. Glad you can join us here. Glad that to be a part of the Crossroads League tournament now here for yours truly for year number 19. Joining us now here on the pregame show is the head coach of the Mount Vernon Cougars, Jared Ronai, joining us. Jared, first of all, congratulations on being in a position to play in postseason basketball. I don't think any coach ever takes it for granted that you're going to be here because you're one tough injury away or just a couple one-point losses in some crucial situations where you don't get to the postseason. So let's just talk about the appreciation you have for having an opportunity to go to the national tournament if you get on a run here.
Sure. No, it's we feel this is an honor for us to be here, and especially this tournament. You know, I'm one of the biggest Crossroads Leagues fans, just because I think this is the best league in the country. And there's two teams that are not able to play tonight who are, pretty talented teams. So for us to be in position to compete in this tournament, we feel very fortunate.
Give us an idea as you guys take this game here on the road. I know you guys came in last night, so you had a chance to be here, kind of get rid of some of the cobwebs, get some of that travel dynamic out of your play. Do you think that's a positive or a negative, or do you just don't know because you haven't done it before?
No, I think it's a positive. You know, this is such a far trip. This is the farthest trip for us in the league. It's almost close to 5 hours on a bus. So for us to get the opportunity to come up the night before, spend some really quality time with each other as a team, get in here, have a game day practice, you know, in the gym that we're going to compete in tonight. I think it's really important for us to get here the night before.
How much time, Jared, do you go back and look at game film, look at stat sheet from the previous game? You beat the Pilots here for the first time in school's history earlier in the year, and you followed that up with a one-basket win at home. Do you spend any time on that at all?
No, absolutely. You know, we those are two main game films that we study if playing a team a third time, and obviously we watch the games that they played after us at home. But we're a team that we scout heavily. We watch as much film as we possibly can, but really dug into the last two games against Bethel. Obviously, two classic college basketball games. So just trying to anticipate some of the adjustments that they might make, and also put in the adjustments that we will make.
Brett Vipperman has played outstanding. The Paul kid also has been outstanding. I was just going over Vipperman's numbers in the first two games. 38.5 minutes, 37 minutes. You look at what Paul did, 42 minutes and some change in 34 minutes. And tell you what, anytime you have a 9 assists to 3 turnovers in a pair of games, that tells me that you're doing some good things. So let's start with those two cats there, because those guys are as good as it gets in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Jacob Paul is a sophomore starting point guard. You know, we think he has a chance to be one of the best guards for the next 2 years in this league. And he's, you know, his stats, his numbers, if you look at our season averages, they don't necessarily just jump off the page at you, but to me, he's our most important player on the floor. He's our catalyst on both the offensive and defensive end, and we need him to really affect the game tonight for us to be successful. And Brett, you know, he's a guy that's played the most minutes for us. You know, he's a junior. He's been starting since his freshman year. He's got a ton of experience, and we expect him to really assert himself tonight.
All right. Conversely, in the same situation, if you look at the Bethel side of the two ball games, Trayvon Covington's been steady, Gage has been steady, Paul Foreman's been pretty steady, but Lutz also is a guy that's been pretty steady. So you've got the kind of like a four-headed monster there that have scored in double figures in each one of those 4 games. Talk about your approach and taking away some of the things that Bethel does well as implanting your own will in what your game plan is against the Pilots.
Sure, you know, obviously it starts with Gage out with them. He's been one of the best post players in this league for the last 2 or 3 years. He's great on both ends of the floor. So we really got to do a great job with him. You know, Paul Foreman was great at our place, played really, really well. We got to be able to keep him out of scoring areas as much as possible. And, Covington's one of those guys that, if he sees a couple go in early, his confidence goes up and he starts to be uber aggressive. So, and obviously Lutz, he's a great shooter. He kind of calms the ship for them and steadies them out there. They're 4 really good players, and, we'll have our hands full with them.
All right, let's talk about the journey. Postseason play, you're just one win here and then a win here and a win here. Next thing you know, you're on your way to South Dakota. It really is. It's really that simple. Talk about remaining focused, that let's play it minute at a time, half at a time, game at a time, so you don't get lost in the big picture, because a lot of teams get lost in that big picture stuff.
Yeah, we really want our guys to hone in on, obviously this is postseason play. It's not like, another game. This is a different field, but our approach, our preparation is just like any other game. So we kind of want to keep them even keel with our approach because we want to be focused on one possession at a time, one play at a time, and if we can focus on that, hopefully good things can happen.
Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more college buckets right after this. Crossroads League quarters getting underway tonight here from Mike Lightfoot Court. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Gates Automotive, Chevrolet, Toyota, 1,000 used. Selection, price, trust. It must be true. Crossroads League Round 1 gets underway here tonight from Mike Lightfoot Court. Paul Condry along with the broadcast team. Joined now by first-year head coach Ryan Lightfoot. Ryan, first of all, let's just look back on the season as a whole, the ebbs and flows, the valleys, the highs. Body of work. Let's just talk about body of work, not any Pacific games. Pleased, not pleased, excited, disappointed? Where are you at in this emotional thing?
Well, coming into my first year, I didn't know what to expect in terms of what the guys would bring in terms of the energy level and just consistent approach that they'd have. Losing over 60 years of coaching experience with my dad and Tony stepping away, and 85% of our offense walking away, 2 NAIA All-Americans with Clay and Caleb, and a fifth-year senior with Jordan Kuhn. And I think, you look at our group, it shows a lot about what we stand for as a staff and as a program and the development of our guys. We've managed to stay old. We're still playing a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors, even though losing 5 key players last year. And then just have a winning culture about what we do. And I think the bottom line is culture wins. And you look at these guys, we're not the most talented team on the floor, but we do work really, really hard. As a staff, we work really hard. As a team, we work really hard. And I think that shows throughout our play. And I think we're just consistent to our approach, and we understand what our process is. And it's really easy to hit the panic button. And I think a lot of coaches do that. And I've been around this program long enough to know that this system works. And we want to be the most relational staff in the country and the hardest working staff in the country. And so for that reason, I think you're able to ride out those highs and lows because you know what these kids stand for and what they're about. And so as you look at, you drop 4 conference games in a row, and it's real easy to press the panic button. And I think our guys just stayed consistent in their approach. Next thing you know, you win 5 out of the last 6 and put yourself in a great position to make a run here in March, and late February and March.
Now I want you to go back and look at the last 2 games, Marion, and then, of course, a home win against a very, very talented St. Francis team that works extremely hard. I don't know if it goes back to the Mount Vernon game. Maybe you played the last 2 games with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, maybe a little bit renewed focus. I don't know what it is, but I sense that this team is really zeroed in the last 2 basketball games. Is that just Paul, the sportscaster guy?
No, I think we're just gaining confidence in what we do. Our guys are very, very confident. I think we're playing our best basketball late in the season. That's exactly what you want to do. We have to remind our guys every single day, whether they're struggling, hey, guys, listen, man, we're playing really good basketball right now. And I think we're starting to get a better feel of what we're doing and what I'm looking for. I look at early in the year, our first month in November, we were turning the basketball over 21, 22, 25 times a game. And we're looking at this, we're like, oh, my goodness. Our guards are going to really struggle. The last few games we've been 7, 9, 11. And a lot of those comes from offensive fouls or maybe travels on the block. They're not necessarily loose ball turnovers that lead to points. And so our guards are really maturing in their roles. I think you've seen that over the last few months. They're getting a better feel of what we're trying to do and how we're supposed to play. We're playing as a confident group right now.
That was Ryan Lightfoot, the head men's basketball coach at Bethel College, joining us here on the pregame show. Glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. Bethel Buckets is 1 minute away. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back with more right after this.
Mothers know minivans. Gates knows minivans. More vans, more colors, more models and brands. Gates, more locations in Mishawaka, more savings.
Gates knows. Now you know.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports, the 23rd meeting all-time between Bethel and Mount Vernon. Bethel leads the all-time series 15-7. Let's go over to the legendary Brian Miller.
Here's tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA, we are proud to be participants in the Champions of Character Initiative. We ask each of you to help create a positive, fun, and competitive environment by showing respect for one another. Fans, on behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel College, please enjoy tonight's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel College Chief Statistician Extraordinaire, Mr. Charlie Shepard, will lead us in tonight's opening prayer.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight to give thanks for the opportunity for these young men to display their skills, their talent, and their hard work and dedication. We pray that you will keep everyone safe, keep everyone from injury, and all their talent will glorify you. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Bethel College senior Wesley Lance.
Oh, say, can you? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's tournament time. Welcome to Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium here on the campus of Bethel College. This is the Wiekamp Center. Thank you for attending tonight's opening quarterfinal round of the Men's Basketball Crossroads League Tournament. Our matchup tonight features the visitors, the 6th seed, the Cougars of Mount Vernon Nazarene University, and the 3rd seed in your home team, the Bethel College Pilots. Let's meet the starting lineups now, brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. First for the visitors from Mount Vernon. Starting at one guard, a 6-foot senior wearing number 2, Joe Schmitz. At another guard, 5'11" sophomore wearing number 10, Jacob Paul. Another guard for the Cougars, 6'5" junior wearing number 20, Brett Vipperman. Also at guard, a 6'5" junior wearing number 22, Jeremiah Roberts. And at center for Mount Vernon, 7-foot junior, number 33, Jordy Moss. Head coach of the Cougars in his 4th season is Jared Ronay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, BC fans of all ages, let me hear you now on your feet. Here's the starting lineup now for the home team, your Bethel College Pilots. At one guard is 6'1" redshirt junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 1, Trayvon Covington. And another guard for your Pilots. He's 6'3" and a junior from Granger, Indiana. Number 4, Ryan Lutz. And the third guard for your Pilots, he's 6'1". He's a senior from Bourbon, Indiana. Number 24, Tanner Shepard. And the men in the middle for your Pilots. At 1 forward, 6'6" senior from LaPorte, Indiana. Number 42, Gage Ott. And also at forward, 6'8", he's a junior from Churubusco, Indiana. Number 43, Paul Foreman. Bethel coaches are Alex Daniel, Andrew Wingreen, LaFonso Ellis, and the head coach of your Pilots in his first season of 2010 Bethel graduate is Ryan Lightfoot. Fans, tonight's officials, the men in stripes are Mr. Dave Gentile, Mr. Edward Phillips Jr., and Mr. Chris Fuller. Fans.
All right, there you have the details. Crossroads League, 17-13 Mount Vernon, 22-8 Bethel. Mount Vernon, dark blue jerseys, dark trim, and of course the white numbers, dark green on the front, reading Mount Vernon, trimmed in white. Bethel, home white jerseys, shorts, blue trim, blue numbers trimmed in gray, Bethel written in black letters. Bethel wins the opening tip. They're going from left to right on your screen. Guys, you can join us here for the quarterfinals of the Crossroads League tournament. I'm Paul Condry, along with Coach Mark Gardner and the rest of the team. Tiny Connie with all the details. Here's Trayvon Covington, three-point shot from the right wing, off the front of the iron. Jordy Moss, the rebound.
It's a good look for the Pilots to get started. Trayvon short, but he shot so well on Saturday. It's a good go-to look.
Moss goes to Robertson, the far side wing. Back out here to the top on the drive. Vipperman, high arching shot, banks it up and in. 2-0 Mount Vernon.
Took advantage of Gage there in the post, just beat him off the dribble. Nice job of Paul not fouling early in the game, but Gage has got to stay low on that.
Here's Trayvon Covington on the right wing, looking for some help. Comes out high now to Otten, gives way to Lutz. Lutz around the screen. Pull up 17-footer. Good. 2-2 ball game.
Well, you know, my frustration with Lutz all year is he doesn't get enough shot attempts, so good to see him be aggressive. He's got to get 10 shots off tonight.
Roberts with the basketball, coming out high now here to the right wing to Jacob Paul. Paul comes back out to the top to 7-footer Jordy Moss. Back to the left side, Schmitz, three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Lutz up court quickly to Tanner Shepard. Tanner on the right wing, stops, goes back out here to the far side wing, into the hands of Trayvon Covington. Covington foul line extended left, triple on the way off the mark. Gage out the rebound, Jordy Moss with the foul, but Gage is there with the offensive putback for two. Pilots lead for the first time, 4-2.
I was hoping Gage would get a touch on that possession. He forced it off the offensive putback there.
With a basketball, top of the ring, good. Brett Vipperman knocking down the triple to give his squad the lead back at 5-4. 18-24 to go here in the first half of play.
It's Vipperman's 27th three-pointer of the year. Got to get out and get a hand up on these shooters.
Ball into the hands of Paul Foreman at the top. Goes left side to Tanner Shepard. Tanner triple, good. He answers. Pilots lead at 7-5.
Triple number 35 for Tanner Shepard.
Back out here to the top now. Vipperman on the drive. Jump pass here in the near wing. Now to Roberts. Roberts loads it up. Shot no good. Moss tracks down the rebound on the far corner. Moss comes back out high here to Jacob Paul. Paul wrap around to the low post to Haas. Drive shot rejected by Trayvon Covington. Trey with a perfect block, his 5th of the year. Drive by Tanner from the right side. He scores. Bethel leads it 9-5.
Great defense by Trey, and we're so seeing Trey go coast to coast. He was under control. He hit the trailer there for the easy lay-in. There's Tanner getting a hand on the ball, knocking it in the front row. His team's locked in. They're focused. You hit on that in the pregame ball.
Yeah, there's no question about it. From my vantage point, just being around these guys, I thought earlier in the year that they were just really kind of lackadaisical. It was playtime. That something happened after the Mount Vernon loss. The last two games, they have been in a zone.
Oh, that losing streak there reminded them that just wearing the Bethel jersey isn't enough to win. You've got to come out and play 40 minutes of basketball.
No question about it. Back out here high. Here's one of the top young players in the league in Javon Knox. And here's Knox with the basketball at the top, drives down the right side of the lane, leans in, shoots and scores. 9-7 ball game here at the 17-15 mark. Pilots by 2.
Knox has been in double figures both of the previous games between these two teams.
He has played really, really well, Coach. Played 34 minutes in the first game, 22 in the second game. Here's Trayvon inside of the low post to Foreman. Paul's asking for a clear out.
That's a mismatch.
Paul's going to drive, shoot, missed the shot, rebound into the hands of Brett Vipperman. Vipperman will take it from right to left, had it knocked away, but somehow he ricochets into the right wing, not a Knox. Back out here to Vipperman. Vipperman triple way off the iron. Rebound in the hands of senior Tanner Shepard.
Gage has not gotten a post-entry pass here. His only touch came off offensive rebounds.
Here's Tanner Shepard with a three. Right side wing, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Jeremiah Roberts. Now here's Knox bringing it up the right sideline. He'll launch the triple and knock it down. 10-9, Mount Vernon back in front here at the 16:21 mark.
That's 5 quick points for Knox off the bench in about a minute and a half. And I'd love to see the Pilots go screen roll or some sort of a look to give Gage a touchdown there.
Here's the ball here to Covington. Coming around a screen from Foreman. Back to Foreman. Foreman launches the 18-footer, and he is fouled on the perimeter here by Brett Vipperman.
That's a foul that drives coaches nuts. You got a big fella shooting an 18-footer. Just get a hand up and defend. No reason to pick up a foul out there. You're going to get enough fouls down low banging.
Foreman, who is starting his 28th game of the year, 29th he's played in, averages 12.8 points a game, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists. The right-hander shooting 80% from the line. Free throw good, and he ties up the ball game at 10-10. 16:05 to go. And Gage will get his first opportunity to grab some rest as Luke Fisher checks into the ball game. If you look at the minutes played, Mark, Gage 38 minutes in the first game, 20 in the second game. So he logged a lot of minutes. Foreman with 20 minutes and 27 minutes respectively, as both free throws are good. 11-10 Bethel lead.
And Luke's 27 minutes that first game, 18 or 19 in the last game. So
the Vipperman right elbow comes back out here to the near side. Deep left corner pass. Here's Schmitz. Or check that. That's Jacob Paul. Now back to Knox. Knox at the top. Ball reversal back to Vipperman on the right wing. Vipperman on the drive. Lost the handle on it. Nice job by Fisher. Oh, that's a double dribble.
That's what Ryan's calling for.
How could he do that? And we'll have our media timeout. They can sort it out. Here we go again. 15:41 to go here in the first half of play. The media timeout comes your way with Bethel leading 11-10. We'll be back with more right after this brief timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and the proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Speaking of Marines, happy birthday to my young Marine, Randall Ryan Condry. His 32nd birthday today, Coach, along with his twin brother, Chris. Happy birthday, boys, out there. Free throw is good for Brett Vipperman, Ashland High School Ohio product. 75% is able to convert a pair of free throws, and now it is a 12-10 ball game. 12-11 ball game, excuse me. 15:39 to go. Here is Tanner Shepard at the top of the ring now. Goes left side now to Lutz, comes around a screen. 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Luke Fisher grabs the offensive rebound, looking for help, comes back out to Lutz. Lutz recoils back to Hartman. Hartman on the far side wing. Hartman, who will be our halftime guest, along with Matt Schaus. Here's the ball inside to Foreman. Fadeaway 14-footer, no good. Rebound, Tanner Shepard. Tanner comes back out to Foreman, back to Tanner. Tanner looking, comes back out to the top, now to Lutz, back to Hartman on the right wing. Lobs it inside now to Foreman. Foreman double team, still on the look. Now comes back here to Hartman. 16 on the shot clock now. Here's Tanner on the drive, stops, fadeaway 12-footer, good. Pilots now lead 13-12. Tanner Shepard with a fine start to the ballgame.
Yeah, he's got 7 now, and he earned that one by getting the Pilots the extra possession, grabbing that offensive rebound, outworking four players from Mount Vernon.
Austin Jones is in the ballgame, a Cincinnati native, went to Winton Woods High School. Ball here on the right side, Knox. Knox on the drive, Stops, jump pass out here to the top, now to Paul. Skip pass into the corner to Roberts. Roberts running a right-hander in the lane. In and out of the cylinder, no good. Here comes Kyle Hartman over the timeline now. Kyle looking for help. Hands it off now to Fisher. Lobs it inside to the low post to Foreman. Tap pass back to Kyle. Kyle with a drive across the lane. Couldn't get it to go. A rebound ripped out of there by Austin Jones of Mount Vernon. Here's Knox of Mount Vernon. Stopping, popping, scoring. 15-13, Mount Vernon with the lead here at the 14-minute mark.
Knox now 3 of 3 from the floor, including 2 triples. Would lead his team in scoring.
Here's Lutz with the ball here on the right side wing. Comes out high now to Fisher. Back to Hartman on the far wing. Kyle Hartman here at the top now. Stops, ball reversal back to Foreman. Paul Foreman on the dribble drive. Gonna look, shovels it over here to Hartman. Hartman drives, shoots, couldn't get it to go. Rebound ripped out of there by Britt Vipperman. Vipperman from right to left over the timeline now into the forecourt. Drives down the lane, spins inside the lane, shovels it over here to Jones. His shot of the way, good. 17-13. Mount Vernon with the lead here at the 13:26 mark. Pilots need to get Gage Ott involved in the ballgame because he has not been involved in the ballgame here at the 13:26 mark. There'll be a timeout for Ryan Life, but a 30-second timeout. We want to thank our friends at ACOA. You want to be part of a company that is committed to excellence in their products and services? ACOA, a division of Bunnell Aluminum, is a producer in aluminum extrusions and anodizing with job opportunities in their expanding production facilities in Elkhart and Niles. For more information about wages and benefits, their website is www.aacoa.com, and the phone number is 269-697-1372. Once again, that number is, and call them, 269-697-1372.
You know, we talk all the time about in this conference, teams know exactly what everybody's going to run. They've seen each other enough. They watch film, and third time around they've played. And right now, Bethel's just not gotten good looks offensively. They've had some transition buckets, some offensive rebounds, but they've not gotten some good offensive sets.
Here's Gage out at the top, comes right side now here to Kyle Hartman. Hartman around a screen, goes
Nice
back door here
pass.
to Tanner, and Tanner scores. 17-15. Tanner Shepard having a fine ball game here tonight.
He's got 9, and that's a great read there, slipping the screen, and a good find by Kyle Hartman. Great coming off the timeout scoring.
Here's Jacob Paul with the ball flaring out left wing. Now comes back out high now to Jones. Swings it right side out to Joe Schmitz. Goes to the right elbow to Vipperman. Vipperman one-on-one against Ott. Backs in on Ott. Leans, comes back out here to Knox. Knox on the hard dribble. Leans in and scores again. Knox is in fuego. He has scored 5 baskets from the floor already.
And he's so good using the glass, good body language. He had 11 and 12 in the first 2 meetings. He's already there today. He's got 10 already.
Tanner Shepard back out high to Ott, back to Kyle Hartman. Hartman's going to ask to run off a screen. Kyle looks, ball reversal back to Luke Fisher. He launches the triple way off the rim. Gage with the tip, no good. Rebound into the hands of Jacob Paul. Paul flares out here near side wing. Stops, hits the trailer, Joe Schmitz. Schmitz goes into the right corner, back to Knox. Knox, 3, good. 22-15 in favor of Mount Vernon here at the 12:05 mark.
This is where you say, okay, guys, you can help off anybody except for the redhead there. Don't let Knox be open.
Here's Hartman at the free throw line. Comes back out now to Trey Vaughn. Trey looking, asks for help. Comes back here to Kyle Hartman. Hartman on the drive. Back door here to Tanner Shepard for the layup. 22-17. Great movement off the ball and a picturesque pass by our halftime guest.
Yeah, so much has to happen there. You have to move off the ball, but Hartman has to see you and thread the needle, and then you've got to be able to catch that. And that's an excellent execution there.
Schmitz here, the ball on the near side wing, comes back out high to Vipperman. Vipperman launches the triple. It's a brick. Rebound into the hands of Luke Fisher. Cross court it now here to Hartman. Lobs in inside, throws it away. And here come the Cougars. Vipperman here at the top. Hands it off here to the point, now to Schmitz. Flares to the right wing, hands it off to Jacob Paul. Paul launches the triple, knocks down the triple. 25-17, biggest lead that Mount Vernon has had on Bethel this year, right now.
And that's not good offense. That's terrible defense by Luke Fisher and Kyle Hartman, not communicating. They both guarded the guy without the ball, left the man with the ball open.
There's Trayvon Covington trying to light the lamp, missed the shot badly. A rebound into the hands of Joe Schmitz. Schmitz is going to push it up the right sideline. Still on the look, finds Knox. The red-hot Knox drives, shovels it over here to the near side, and there's a two-hand dunk by Austin Jones. 27-17, and a whistle. What's the call going to be?
I think it's going to be a warning. Should be a technical
Let's
foul.
see what Dave Gentile has to say about it.
going to call it a warning for delay of game, but it was well-deserved tackle there as he hung on the rim and then hit the ball on his way down. But he's excited. It's conference tournament time.
10:43 to go here in the first half of play. Mount Vernon a 10-point lead in the early stages of this one.
This Pilot team is locked in, but they're playing terrible, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
they're
really
playing hard, but they just can't knock down a shot right now. 7 of 19 from the floor, 1 of 7 from three-point range.
Yeah,
they
but
have to establish inside game.
Their opponent is like scorching red hot.
Yeah, 63%. They're 5 of 9 from three-point range. So those numbers are going to change. Just stay patient, stay the course.
There's a pass inside. Gage out one-on-one against Jordy Moss. Was going to drive, shoot, high off the rim, and he got the shooter's roll. 27-19. Gage will take it any way he can. That's Gage's first field goal since the 18:05 mark.
And that was off an offensive rebound. So it took the Pilots 9.5 minutes to get Gage a post-entry look.
Jacob Paul coming out high here to the top. Wrap around to Jordy Moss. Moss double team, looking for help.
It's got to be 3 seconds at some point.
And the ball ricochets into the corner, and who's got it? And coming out of there, and we have a whistle.
I don't know what happened there. That's an inadvertent whistle. Bethel got the steal, clearly had possession. Mount Vernon got it back, but Pilots had him in a trap, and then the whistle was blown there.
Our coverage today being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. When everybody has their hand out for your sweet refund check, Gates Toyota says, we don't need no stinking refund check. $5 measly gets you a Toyota Corolla for just $159 a month. Just a $5 makes you a driver at Gates Toyota. 10 minutes to go. Here in this first half of play. Mount Vernon a 27-19 leader.
What time was the rebound down there? No, we didn't get to miss. We only get the makes. That was 100% change of possession.
As the confusion still continues on here for our broadcast. The officials trying to sort things out here. Dave Gentile, the shortest of the refs out there, I will say that. 17 on the shot clock. I think that's what they're going to say.
Yeah, he asked me when the Pilots missed. Gage scored at 10:32. The Pilots didn't miss. I don't know if he meant, but yeah, it's an unfortunate break for Mount Vernon because Trayvon clearly had possession, took a dribble, and then lost the ball.
Jacob Paul goes into the corner, ball deflected out of bounds by Trey Burns, who just checked in for the first time. On the floor for Bethel is Trayvon Covington, along with Gage Ott, Paul Foreman, Ryan Lutz, and Trey Burns. Checking out of the ball game now is David Delahunt. He was only in for a couple possessions. Ball out here on the right wing now, Brett Vipperman. Hands it off now here to Paul. Paul back to the left side wing now to Roberts. Roberts one-on-one against Covington. Goes back out here right side now to Paul. Paul with 7 on the shot clock. Looking for help, coming around a high side screen. Will launch the 27 three-point shot and knock it down. 30-19. Mount Vernon is on fire.
I told you that 5 for 9 would change. It just went to 6 for 10, Paul. Maybe
6 three-point shots here in the first 11 minutes. Here's a drive by Trayvon Covington. He is going to earn a free trip to the charity stripe with 9:31 to go.
Roberts picks up his first, team second. Only the 3rd foul of the game, 10.5 minutes in. So letting them play. And right now, it's just a case of one team shooting 40%, one team shooting 65%.
Covington at the line, the former Snyder Panther, 6'1", 185-pound junior, averages 13.5 points a game. Free throw on the way, good. He's a 73% free throw shooter. It's now 30-20. Trey on the score sheet. Mark, is that the first points for Trey?
Yeah, he's 0 for 3 from the field, all 3 triples. I believe all 8 Pilot losses this year, Paul. They've given up 10 or more three-point baskets.
That
right
is
now.
correct.
Giving up 6. They're on pace to give up 25 tonight, so they better start getting a hand up on shooters.
30-21, Mount Vernon handing it off here. Vipperman goes to Knox on the left wing now. Knox comes back out high now to Jordy Moss, back to Knox. He traveled with a basketball. Oh, and they're going to call a foul? Oh, my.
Wow.
I think there was a foul, but I think he traveled first, and then there was a foul. And the foul is going to be whistled on Trayvon Covington, I believe.
Yeah, Trayvon's first, team second.
They come out high to Moss. Back here to Vipperman. Comes around a moving screen. Flares out here to Knox. Knox looking for help. Jump pass back here to Vipperman. Long three-point shot. No good. Rebound. Tipped up and in by Jeremiah Roberts, the Toledo native. 32-21. Mount Vernon can do no wrong here. Here's Trayvon Covington fouled.
It's going to be 2 fouls on Robertson. That's good hustle by him, just trying to get passing him, but now he's going to go get himself a seat on the bench.
Joe Schmitz is going to check into the ball game now, and Jeremiah Roberts is going to exit stage right. And that'll be Ryan Lutz to inbound. Over here, Mount Vernon won for the first time in school's history on this floor the last time they played here. They won last time these teams met at the Ariel Arena. Here's Paul Foreman with the drive and the score. 32-23, Paul Foreman with a nice drive across the lane.
Oh, and I said the first time he got the touch, that's a mismatch with him and Vipperman down there, and the Pilots have to exploit that. And Paul's got to be strong and explode through the defense.
There's Vipperman, the running left-hander, shot no good. The rebound, Trey Burns up the left sideline. Pilots, Lutz goes back out top, now to Gage, out back to Trey Burns on the right wing. Trey flares out here high.
Got to go Gage.
Go inside of the low post to Gage. There it is. Gage, jump shot 14, good. 32-25. Pilots with a field goal, stop, and field goal.
And you got 2 things going on here. Jordy Moss is dying going up and down the floor. And whoever Vipperman's guarding, whether it's Foreman or not, you have to go to at this point.
Here's Jacob Paul going right side to Vipperman, inside of the high post. Now here to Moss. Moss fakes, shoots, scores. 34-25. Jordy Moss at the 7:56 mark gives his club a 9-point advantage.
It's a nice patient move for the big fella.
Here, Ott goes back to Trey Burns. Trey looking for some help. Wrap around to the low post and it's thrown away. Another bad pass to the low post.
Yeah, right idea. Terrible pass by Burns.
Knox on the drive inside, shovels it out to the corner, now to Paul. Paul shot no good. Trey Burns the rebound. And now here is Lutz to walk it over with 7.5 to go.
You got Gage is tired. Trayvon's frustrated. He wants to get that rebound and run the floor. And I'm with Trayvon. Let's pick up the pace.
Here's Lutz back over here to Gage. Gage with the drive inside. Shoots over Jordy Moss and scores. 34-27. Gage starting to get into the feel of the game now here at the 7:13 mark.
Yeah, remember, he got his first post look at the 9:30 mark, and now he's scored 6 points in the last 2 minutes.
Here's Knox on the drive. Bounce pass inside, ricochets out to Gage, and now Trey Burns will lead the breakout. Trey Burns goes across court now here to Lutz. Long triple off the rim, knocks the rebound. Knocks in transition, and a foul by Gage.
It's a tired foul.
At the 6:50 mark.
He's tired.
And we have our media timeout. Timeout on the floor here, 34-27 in favor of the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. As we have our media timeout, we'll be back with more college basketball live from Mike Lightfoot Court. Round 1 of the 2018 Crossroads League Tournament continues right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you could be a part of the broadcast here today. Coverage also being presented in part by Lake City Bank, a proud sponsor of Bethel College men's basketball. Lake City Bank offers business loans and deposits, treasury management, and merchant services solutions for business large and small, all delivered by local bankers. Go to lakecitybank.com/business for detail. Also, our coverage being extended by Cardinal Bus, the official carrier of the Bethel Pilots. Contact Cardinal for all your group travel needs. On the floor for Bethel, Kyle Thompson along with Gage John. It'll be Lutz, Tanner Shepard, and Trayvon Covington. Mount Vernon will come back with Schmitz along with Knox. He'll be joined out there by Jacob Paul. Vipperman is on the floor, and along with Austin Jones. So you are caught up here at the 6:40 mark. Backdoor pass, Knox throws it out here on the perimeter, now to Schmitz. Back to the far side to Vipperman. Vipperman on the drive, leans in, shoots, left a short rebound. Gage tips it over here to Kyle Thompson.
Get the ball inside. Pilots, you've been scoring that way. Quit settling for threes. There he is.
There's a pass inside, now to Gage. Gage looking for some help. He's going to back in. Gage leans, shoots, couldn't get it to go. Rebound ripped out of there by Austin Jones. But I'll take that.
I'll take that over a missed three-pointer at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball into the far side wing now, Jacob Paul. Paul looking for some help, goes inside, and a whistle. Tanner Shepard called for a foul inside the paint. And with 6:05 to go in the first half, Mount Vernon clinging to a 34-27 advantage. They'll send to the line Canton, Ohio product Jacob Paul. Went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School, the 5'9" sophomore, a 78% free throw shooter. The free throw on the way, picture perfect. And it's now 35-27 Mount Vernon. One more opportunity forthcoming for number 10. There's a slight pause. He eyes, flies, and converts them both. 36-27 Mount Vernon. Pilots' biggest lead of the ball game was 5. The Cougars' biggest lead has been 10. Here is Trayvon Covington hitting Lutz. Lutz right elbow, shot no good. A rebound. Knox. Knox will push it up. Jevin Knox on the dribble drive. Looks for help, comes back out high here, now to Paul. Paul launches the triple, off the iron, no good. Lutz the rebound.
Pilots are lucky there.
Lutz pushes it up. Looking for some help, finds Tanner Shepard at the top. Tanner, ball reversal back to Lutz, tap pass in here to Kyle Thompson. KT's gonna back it in. KT spins, shoots, throws it over to Gage, and Gage is fouled from behind by, I believe it was Austin Jones.
Yeah, that's bad defense by Mount Vernon. There's no need to come double KT. He's a hard worker, but he doesn't, I don't think
present any offensive problems.
Not at all. You leave Gage open on the weak side there to do what he just did.
And it'll be Gage to the line. Gage out, who missed some quality free throws in the last meeting between these two clubs that would have turned out to give Bethel a win. However, he missed those. So Gage knocks this one down, 36 to. I have 28.
Yes.
Second free throw, Ott good again. 36-29, 7-point Cougar lead. As Ott has been the go-to guy the last 3 trips. He's the last guy to score other than him was a Paul Foreman shot at the 8:46 mark. So it's been the Gage Ott show, which the Pilots will more than happy to take that to the bank. If Gage doesn't play well, they'll accept that.
Yeah, and remember, 9.5 minutes before he got his, or 10.5 minutes before he got his first touchdown there. So
yeah,
feed the big fella.
Knox goes to Jones on the far wing. Jones waiting out high here, now to Paul. Paul guarded by Shepard, looks for a cutter. Goes to the right side now here to Jones. Jones looking, flaring out high now to Schmidt. Shot clock winding down. Bounce pass inside to Jones. Jones shoots, missed it. Rebound, Kyle Thompson. They had a great look and just couldn't finish. Here's Lutz over the timeline now to Kyle Thompson. Hands it off now to Tanner Shepard. Shepard waiting, comes out high to Trayvon Covington. Trey comes back here to Tanner Shepard. Tanner thinks about the tray. Now he loads up the tray. Shot no good, a rebound into the hands of Austin Jones. Up court quickly, Knox flares to the far corner. Knox on the drive, reverse layup, missed it, rebound. Goes off of Kyle Thompson, I believe. Nope, they're gonna say it went off Austin Jones.
Yeah, and Paul, right now, Trayvon's 0 for 3 from three-point range, but he can't shut down. He can't be shy. Next time he's got a chance to knock one down, he's got to take that shot. We've seen him score in bunches.
Here's the ball, hands of Kyle Thompson at the top, now to Tanner Shepard. Into the low post to Paul Foreman. Foreman, shovels it over here and throws it away.
Good help side defense there by Paul getting in there.
Vipperman at the top of the ring. Now, Pilots with 3 golden opportunities in succession because they made stops and didn't score. Now here's Jones backing it in. Left-handed hook, good. 38-29. What a golden opportunity for BC, only to go the way of the dodo.
Yeah, they've got 3 turnovers, and they've been, basket cut, post-entry pass turnovers.
Trayvon Covington with a drive inside for 2. 38-31, nice play by Trey. Maybe that'll get him on track now.
Yeah, that's the type of basket. Gets him a little confidence as he had the crossover there and left Knox standing still.
Back over here to Knox on the left wing now. Knox one-on-one against Lutz, comes out high now to Jones. Jones drives, stops, nice double down. Jones comes back out high now to Vipperman. 3:25 in the first half game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Vipperman swings it back out here to the right side to Schmitz. Triple no good, rebound Lutz. Ryan Lutz will push it up. Over here on the right wing, now to Tanner Shepard. He thinks about it, goes inside, now to Foreman. Foreman on the drive.
Flop, yeah.
And
2 fouls on Jones. He just fell down, acted like he got hit on the spin move. He just fell down.
And with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in this first half.
Couple things going on here now, Paul. They've missed their last 4 3-pointers down here for Mount Vernon after starting 6 for 10. They're 0 for 4. You got 2 players now with 2 fouls each. They only play 7. Maybe that 8th player gets in there, and so Vipperman's got 2. If you can get that, or 1, if you can get another foul on Vipperman here before the half, you put him in a difficult position.
Here's Gage Josh shoveling it over here to Trey Burns for 3. Good. A huge 3-point basket for Trey Burns. And it's now 38-34.
Pilots are 2 of 10 from 3-point range, but Trey Burns is 1 for 1 tonight.
And with the ball out here to the top now. Right wing now, Jacob Paul. Paul on the dribble. Bounce pass out here to Jordy Moss. Moss, he had all day in the lane. Shot no good. A rebound, Paul Foreman. Now here is Tanner Shepard on the far wing.
Get the ball inside.
Tanner goes inside of the low post to Gage. Gage one-on-one against Jordy Moss. Loads up the 14-footer way off the rim. Ball ricochets into the corner. And Trey Burns is knocked into March. And no call.
And the ball went off his foot, but I don't like Gage settling for jump shots. If he's that far out, kick it out, reset yourself, get a little lower, but keep attacking the basket.
38-34 Mount Vernon. 2:30 to go here in the first 20.
If you're the Pilots, you look at this and say, we haven't shot well, we haven't played well, and we're only down 4 with 2.5 to go still.
Knox with the ball on the right wing now. Popping out high is Paul. Paul launched his jumper and shot no good. Rebound, Trey Burns. And up court quickly come the Pilots. Here is the ball in the hands of Tanner Shepard inside to Gage. Double team, throws it away.
4 post entry pass turnovers.
Here, that's the 4th bad pass into low post. And here is Gage Ott.
Knox ran over Lutz. They're going to call the blocking foul on Lutz. It'll be his first.
I was watching Gage down here mixing it up. And the foul on Lutz, that's going to be, is that Lutz's second?
His first only, and team's 5th, so it stops the transition. Nothing hurt there. Could have probably been a charge.
5th fouls for both ball clubs now, as it will be Schmitz to inbound on the far sideline. Schmitz to look. Comes into the backcourt now here to Jacob Paul. And the sophomore will walk it up here into the forecourt at the top now. Hands it off to Vipperman, back to Schmitz on the right wing. Swings it over to Knox left wing. Deep left corner now, Paul. Back out to Schmitz, back to Knox coming around a screen. The left-hander goes right and scores. 40-34. Mount Vernon, 1:44 to go.
He's 6 of 8 from the floor tonight, 3 of 4 from downtown. He's got 15 first half points.
All off the bench.
Comes in averaging 14.5.
Here's Lutz around the screen. Goes back to Foreman, back to Lutz. Lutz thinks about it. Loads up the 18-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound, Jordy Moss. Up court quickly, stolen away by Tanner. Tanner Shepard will back it out of harm's way. Now finds the ball into the hands of Lutz. Lutz has got his shots, Coach.
Yeah,
just hasn't knocked him down.
Yeah, he's gotten 5 shot attempts, so I'm happy with that. Now let's pound the ball inside.
Tanner Shepard at the top of the ring now with 18 on the shot clock.
There
There's a
you
pass
go.
inside, now to Foreman. Paul drives, shoots. Gage tips it back over here to Trey. And Trey is hit in the head by Vipperman.
And that's going to be Vipperman's 2nd foul. It all comes off the post entry pass. They go double on Paul. Gage gets the putback, and then Trey Burns picks up the 2nd putback. So now you've got 3 bigs with 2 fouls each for a team that's not deep. And we know Jordy Moss can only play in short spurts at a time before he starts sucking dirty pond water.
I like it. You use my term.
I got you.
You got it. It's Trey Burns free throw on the way. Good.
How about the
You have
minutes for Trey
permission.
Burns?
Trey Burns now 3-for-5 on the season. 40-35 ball game. Yeah.
Quality minutes today. He knocked down his only shot attempt from the field, which was a triple. He's got 4 rebounds, and now he's 1 for 1 from the foul line.
David Delahunty checks in, a 6'6 freshman from Columbia Station High School in Ohio, playing in his 29th game. He'll go in for Jordy Moss. Burns free throw hard off the iron, no good. So 1 of the 2.
Yeah, Delahunty will probably score 18 points now that I said it's not a very deep team. So we'll see. He'll say foul trouble. What?
Jacob Paul now, 1-on-1 against Lutz out here on the perimeter. Once again, still with the Lucas Paul against Lutz. Now 10 on the shot clock here at the top now. Waiting for a cutter.
2-3 zone by the Pilots.
Back over here, Delahunty on the near wing. Goes inside to Vipperman on the double down. Loads up the off-balance 14-footer. Gage out the rebound. Good opportunity for the Pilots here. There's a difference of about 5.5 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, and I say you get the ball down low, and Delahunty's going to foul Gage out, and Gage will be going to the foul line.
Here is Trey Burns looking for help. Stowe on the look.
Pick the
and
ball
it's
up, Trey.
stolen away. Trying to be too cute instead of just trying to shoot the ball into the low post.
Absolutely. Just feed the post, don't dribble.
Jacob Paul hands it off now to Knox with 7. Back out here to Schmitz. Schmitz on the drive. And he is knocked away. Here is Paul Foreman. Paul, half-court shot on the way. Off the rim, no good. 20 minutes are in the books from Mike Lightfoot Court. A terrible half of basketball for the home team. Mount Vernon, a 40-35 lead after 20. We'll be back with more special interview coming your way right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Welcome back here at halftime. Our student features continue here with the newest member of the Bethel men's basketball program coming in this year, Kyle Hartman, who transferred in from Huntington University, a product of Bishop Dwenger High School. Kyle, first of all, let's just talk about the growing up in the Summit City, playing in one of the elite conferences in the state over there in the Summit City. You had a chance to play with a lot of the guys you've seen during your time in the Crossroads League. Talk about the Summit Athletic Conference and what a great place it is to play and learn how to play the game.
First off, it's just very competitive. I went to Columbia City all the way up to my 8th grade year, and then me and my parents decided I would transfer into Fort Wayne, and it's a whole nother brand of basketball, the SAC. It's fast-paced, up and down, athletic. It's a pretty skilled conference, and having these guys here just pushes us in practice, and it just makes the whole experience a lot of fun, just being able to play with people I've played against, and now I get to play with them.
So you make the initial move to go to Huntington University. That didn't fit your palate, so now you're here at Bethel College. Talk about having to sit out a little bit, having to kind of go through the transfer rules, that type of situation, and just kind of getting yourself fit into this program here. What's been the biggest challenge for you, and what's been the most exciting thing for you?
Yeah, well, I left Huntington late. We were about to start up our June camp, and then a week or two before I said, I didn't want to go back, and then the whole year I was just weighing my options, seeing where I wanted to go, and not a lot of schools contacted me, so I just kind of took that year to rethink the game and just trying to get back to it. And then just the process of it was tough, it was long, but everything happened great. I went to IPFW for a semester, and then I ended up going to Indiana Tech for a semester, which there I was just practicing. I couldn't play yet since I didn't have a full year under me. But it was a long process, but everything worked out great.
Talk about the move from A to B. Just playing in a competitive league in a different school. I don't know what the Huntington Foresters, how they look at the Bethel Pilots, or how Indiana Wesleyan or St. Francis looks at Bethel, but you look at the banners up here, the great tradition that this school has had over the years. From an outsider looking in, what do they look at?
Huntington to Bethel? They always, when I was at Huntington, we always knew that Bethel was just a great school, always competitive, always at the top of the league. And so every time when I was at Huntington, we played Bethel, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. And Bethel took us 2-0 my freshman year. But I wouldn't say it's a different breed of basketball, but they just have a different standard up here, I guess.
Okay, let's turn our attention to coming in, and you made an immediate splash when you came on the Mishawaka campus. You may or may not know, but you're the fastest student athlete in the history of Bethel basketball to 100 career assists. That's pretty significant when you consider some of the guys who have played here in the past. So let's just talk about, you fit in like a glove right from the get-go. Why was that?
Well, I think, Gage and Paul and our shooters on the wings, Tanner, Trey, Lutz, all of them, I wouldn't say they can't create shots on their own, but they can. But especially the bigs, me driving and being a pass-first point guard, it sets them up a lot easier. And, I think just the team accepted me really well, and I just had a lot of confidence coming in.
So your role's changed a little bit down the stretch, but it's still playing a significant role on this basketball team. Talk about the changes that you have to go through emotionally from starting the first 25 games or so, and now all of a sudden you're coming into a different role as a guy off the bench. Ryan told me flat out he loves your energy off the bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing. Ryan told me before the Indiana Wesleyan game that I wasn't going to start, and at first, like every other player, you're a little down on yourself, but then you just accept the challenge of a new role, and you come out and just do your best you can. And I told Ryan, I don't mind coming off the bench. I love being the extra spark. I think that's what I'm best at, giving spark, energy, and just being a leader out on the court when, like Trey, Tanner, or Lutz maybe having an off night. I can come in and try to help them out a little bit.
There you go. That is Kyle Hartman joining us here at the halftime. Now joining us here down here on the floor. Say hi to Mom, Dad, and everybody else back home in Greenport, Indiana.
How's it going?
All right, we're here with Bethel All-American Matt Schaus joining us, and we're coming up. We'll visit to this other guy here soon. But first of all, congratulations on a win the other night. It's good to see you get one.
Yeah, so we had 2 in a row, actually, which was great. And then we had an opportunity this Monday. We played Central Noble. Game down to the wire. We ended up losing by 1. But it's been fun to see the growth of this team, and I brought them here tonight just to see, because I always stress things that I've learned here at Bethel and with Coach Edison at LaVille. So it was nice to bring them here and them to be able to see some of those stuff.
All right, so you've had a chance to see this Bethel men's team on periodic occasions. Your thoughts on the development of this group? I thought this group was zeroed in during the pregame warm-ups, but they didn't play well. But I still thought their focus was good. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. And Mount Vernon came out and they were hitting some shots, and number 3 is a heck of a player. But Bethel's going to find a way. They always find a way to get back into the game, and one of those ways to get the ball to Gage out. And you do that, you're going to be in good shape.
Okay, so Mark is talking about this. Gage didn't get a post-entry pass to the 9-minute mark.
Yep.
So and give Gage a lot of credit for not losing his cool with his teammates.
Yep.
Okay, so I want you to go back and as a point guard, Trey, you knew when Trey missed his first shot that things were going to go sideways for a while. So you look at this team, they shot 18% in the first half from three-point range and like 30-some-odd%. You've been in this situation before. What concerns you going into the second half, or is there no concerns? You're only down 5, 2 possessions.
Yeah, you're down 5, and like you said, at the 9-minute mark is when they started getting some more touches to Gage. That's why it went from a 12-point game, now it's a 5-point game. And even if Gage doesn't score, which if he gets the ball down there, if he puts the shot up, it's 70% of the time it's going to go in. Even if he just gets a touch, it just gets open looks for other shooters. Ryan's going to get open looks. Tanner will get open looks. Tanner had a nice half.
Sure did.
So.
All right, final thought. What do these Pilots have to do to win here in the second half?
Again, get touches to Gage out and slow number 3 down. He's doing a nice job of coming off screens. Just have somebody keep him in front.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right. Let's bring in this other guy here who knows a thing or two about Bethel men's basketball. I've been blessed here to spend a lot of my winters with some of these guys. So we'll go from one All-American to another All-American. We'll come in with Tyler Brown. Tyler, say hi to your dad wherever he may be watching here on the broadcast. Let's turn this way so you can say hi. See Tiny up there waving at you. Okay, first of all, your impressions of the first half of play.
I think we're actually lucky to only be down 5. It seems like we came out really flat, didn't have any juice in the legs. I don't know if that's just from a long grind or sometimes it just happens, but I think Bethel should be thankful they're only down 5.
Your impressions of the Gage not only touching the basketball till the 9-minute mark. Only one post-entry pass was sent to him. If you're Gage, you get into the locker room and say, get me the ball.
Yeah, and not so nice words maybe.
Yeah.
I just think it's one of those things where sometimes you forget how easy he can score, and teams just bait Bethel into shooting sometimes outside shots when Gage is the guy and he's the catalyst for the team, and he has been all year. So I think it's just one of those things where you can't forget who brought you to the dance, So I'd go into him as many times. I mean, all their post guys are in foul trouble. So if they're going to win this game, he's going to have a normal second half for him.
Okay, give us your thoughts on the Crossroads League tournament as a whole. I know you've seen just about every team in the league thus far. Is Indiana Wesleyan the above and beyond the rest of the field, or is St. Francis, or where do you think the Pilots fit in the whole big mix of things?
Normally at the end of the year, you're exactly where you should be. You don't get the number 1 seed by accident. They've definitely earned their spot there, and they have a nice mix of veterans, and of course Kyle Mangus is a heck of a freshman. St. Francis is talented, but they kind of scuffled towards the end, and Bethel got them here. So I'd say those top 3 teams are definitely head and shoulders above the rest.
Okay, real personal question here now. You played basketball your whole life with Ryan Lightfoot. Did you foresee when you were playing with him that someday he'd be the head coach of your alma mater? And what do you think of the job he's done?
Selfishly, I hope that he would. and I'm glad to see that he's succeeding, and I expected nothing but success for him and whatever he does in life. So nothing he's done here has been surprising. I am surprised at how mild-mannered he is on the sidelines. You know, Mike could get into a tizzy sometimes, but it seems like Ryan must have learned that from Grandpa or something.
I like it. I like that analysis. Good to see you.
Thanks.
All right, once again, Tyler Brown, one of our Bethel All-Americans. Let's go over here to Coach Mark Gardner. He's got our stats. Thanks, Tyler. All right, Coach, take it away. First half stats.
First half stats. The visitors are 15 of 32 from the floor, 6 of 16 from three-point range, but that's after starting 6 of 10. Perfect 4 from the foul line. They have 16 rebounds, only 2 on the offensive end. 4 assists, 3 turnovers. Individually, Joe Schmitz held scoreless, missed both of his shots. He does have 3 rebounds. Jacob Pauls, 2 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 5 from three-point range. He's got 8 points. Brett Vipperman, 2 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 4 from downtown. He's got 7 points, 2 rebounds, but he's playing with 2 fouls. Jeremiah Roberts, 1 of 3 from the floor, 0 of 1 from downtown, 2 points, 2 fouls. Jordy Moss is 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Javon Knox, 6 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 4 from downtown, 15 points, 2 rebounds. Austin Jones, 3 of 4 from the floor. He's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, but he's also playing with 2 fouls. For the home team, they're 13 of 34 from the floor, shooting 38%, 2 of 11 from downtown, 18%, 7 of 8 from the line, 88%. They have 22 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, 6 assists, 5 turnovers. Individually, Trayvon Covington, 1 of 4. He missed all 3 of his triples. He's got 4 points and a rebound. Ryan Lutz, 1 of 5. He missed both of his triples. He's got 2 points, 4 rebounds. Tanner Shepard got off to a hot start, 5 of 7 from the floor, including a 3-pointer. Finished with 11 points, 2 rebounds, but most of those points were in the first 10 minutes of the game. Gay Jott got off to a slow start, but he finished strong, 4 of 8 from the floor. Hit both free throws, 10 points, 6 rebounds, an assist and a steal for the big fella. Paul Foreman, 1 of 5 from the floor. He's got 4 points, 1 rebound. Kyle Hartman, 0 of 2 from the floor. He does have 2 assists. Trey Burns knocked down his only 3-point attempt, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Luke Fisher missed his only shot attempt and grabbed 2 rebounds. KT is 0 for 1 from the floor with a rebound.
The Pilots, who coming into the ball game, have a plus 8.6 rebound margin in the country at 9.6. They were out rebounded by 1. That is not going to sit well with Ryan Lightfoot. We're going to take a timeout, come back. Mark's got all of our scores from around the Crossroads League, and maybe even a couple there from the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. That's coming your way right after the timeout.
Nothing but top-selling models at Gates of Granger, Michiana's newest, hottest pre-owned sales lot. If you can't tell the difference, why pay the difference? Only you and I know it's used, and I won't tell.
Gates knows. Now you know.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Our coverage of college buckets today being presented in part by ACOA. Do you want to be part of a company that is committed to excellence in their products and services? AACOA, a division of Bunnell Aluminum, is a producer in aluminum extrusions and anodizing with job opportunities in their expanding production facilities in Elkhart and Niles, Michigan. For more information about benefits and wages, the website is www.aacoa.com, and their phone number is 269-697-1372. Once again, that telephone number, get out a pen. All right, you got the pen ready? All right, here we go now. Write this number down, 269-697-1372. And once again, glad you can join us here. Our coverage also being brought to you in part by Cardinal Bus, the official carrier of the Bethel Pilots. Contact Cardinal Bus for all your travel needs. Biggest lead in the first half by Mount Vernon was 11. Biggest lead for the Pilots was +4. We had the lead change 8 times, and the score was tied 3 times. Mark, you get us up to date with the scores.
All right, across the league here, Marion, the number 4 seed, trails Huntington 51-45 at the half. St. Francis, the number 2 seed, leads Spring Arbor 45-39 at the half. If the Pilots can win, they will await the winner of that game, right?
The winner of the St. Francis game, is that what you had?
Yep.
Yes,
and
that would be the correct.
Indiana Wesleyan, the number 1 seed, 51-28 lead over Taylor at the half. So I will laying the hammer down on Taylor right now.
All right, Pilots are 19-3 when leading at the half. That's not the case here today. Do the math. Bethel Pilots 22-8, 11-7 overall, number 3 seed in the tournament. Come in averaging 84 points a game, giving up 75. They're out rebounding their opponents 41-32. Mount Vernon comes in averaging 81 points a game, 77.5 on the defensive side of things. They're out rebounding their opponents 34.5 to 31.5. This is going to be important. Mount Vernon down the stretch, 77% at the line. Bethel 70% at the line. Once again, Pilots white jerseys and shorts, blue trim. Blue numbers trimmed in gray. Bethel will have them on the floor. Paul Foreman, Tanner Shepard, Gage Jott, Ryan Lutz, and Trayvon Covington. Mount Vernon Nazarene University will come back in Connor with Joe Schmitz, Jacob Paul, Brett Vipperman, Jeremiah Roberts, and Jordy Moss. Mount Vernon decked out in the dark blue and dark green trim. White numbers will be moving from left to right on your screen. Bethel moves from right to left. Glad you can join us. Second half of basketball in the 2018 quarterfinals of the Crossroads League is underway right now with the basketball. Mount Vernon here at the top now. Vipperman goes right side now here to Jacob Paul. Paul on the dribble. Looking, comes out high now here to Schmitz. Schmitz are at a high side screen. Slips it back over here to the right side now to Paul. Paul around a right elbow screen from Vipperman. Vipperman on the drive. Shovels it inside, and that's going to be a foul on Gage Jott.
Second time tonight we've seen Gage just get beat off the dribble. No help side defense over there to help him out.
And they're going to say that was a shooting foul, and that will send Vipperman to the line, a 75% free throw shooter. Vipperman with that hard 3 dribbles, slide bend to the knee, free throw, good. Mount Vernon, a 41-35 leader now.
And Ryan's saying, I'd sure like to see that shot attempt. Vipperman was heading out of bounds by the tee in Bethel when he kind of just threw it up in the air on the contact. So
second free throw, no good. So 1 of 2 for Vipperman at the 19:37 mark. And with the basketball, Bethel's Trayvon Covington on the left wing. Trey looking for help, comes back out high to Lutz. Lutz back to Trey in the corner, inside of the low post to Foreman. Foreman powers in, blocked from behind by Jordy Moss. Nice defensive play by the 7-footer from Barcelona, Spain. Here's the ball into the far wing now. Shot by Schmitz on the way, no good. Ricochets out here to Moss, back to Vipperman. Vipperman back here on the right wing now to Roberts. Back here to Jordy Moss's 3, no good. Rebound, Ryan Lutz.
8 straight triples that they've missed now, Paul.
Now Lutz now over the timeline now here into the forecourt. Asks for a cutter to go wide right. Now he'll go to the right wing where he sets up shop there. Comes out high now to Paul Foreman. Back here to Trayvon Covington. Trey on the dribble, step back, looking, goes over here to Gage. Gage around a screen, shoots, scores. Gage out with his first field goal of the half. 41-37 is the score.
Gage with 12, and he almost traveled there. He kind of slipped through the defense and got away with one there.
Here's Jordy Moss, left-handed skyhook, no good. A rebound, Ryan Lutz. He tried to do a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on you there.
Big 7-footer was only a foot from the basket.
Paul Foreman.
He traveled.
Oh, he did. No call. Break there for Bethel.
The officials have missed about 5 travels tonight. They've been consistent.
That's true.
They have not called it all night.
Here's Ott at the free throw line. Foul extended right. Comes back out to Foreman. Foreman on the dribble. Kick back out to Tanner. Tanner, the left-hander, bucked the three-pointer. 41-40. Bethel within 1 here at the 18-minute mark.
And Tanner got off that quick start in the first half, knocked on his first attempt here in the second half. Gage has to be smart, can't pick up that 3rd foul here.
Schmitz goes inside to the low post now to Moss. Moss one-on-one against Foreman. Leans in, shot blocked from behind by Tanner Shepard, but a foul whistled on somebody on the low post.
Tanner's going to get his 2nd foul.
And at the 17:46 mark, the big fella, Jordy Moss, Barcelona, Spain, 67% at the line. Averaging 8.5 points, 4.5 rebound. He will try to extend his club's advantage with 17:46 to go in the second 20. Free throw no good. And he'll have 1 more. The hot shooting Javon Knox checks into the ball game now. And also Joe Schmitz will check out. And I believe Moss is coming out of the game here after this free throw attempt, if it goes live. 1 more for Moss. The right-hander shoots. In and out, no good. 2 misses for Moss. With the basketball, Trayvon Covington at the top. Drives down the left side of the lane. Off balance shot, no good. Terrible shot. And with the basketball, Moss up court quickly now here to Paul. Hits the trailer, Knox. Knox on the drive, kick out here to the corner. Shot on the way, Paul. No good. Rebound into the hands of Tanner Shepard. Golden opportunity for Bethel now.
Last possession, Ryan was calling for a play, and we settled for that Trayvon look, and I guarantee that wasn't the play Ryan was calling.
No. Here's Trey going into the deep corner now here to Tanner Shepard. Tanner wrapper out of the low post to Gage. He's double teamed. Back out to Trey. Triple. Trey bucket.
There we go.
That could be something special. 43-41 Bethel on the Trey triple here at the 17:01 mark. The microwave trying to heat it up for the Pilots. Here's Knox going to the far wing now to Paul. Paul foul out extended left, comes out high to Moss. Moss right side to Knox. Knox comes around a high side screen on the jump pass out. Here's Vipperman, 12 on the shot clock. Vipperman wrap around to the low post to Moss. Moss, he traveled, no call shot. He got it to fall. We're tied 43-all.
Yeah. I don't like the Pilots right now are doing a high-low with Gage and Paul on the same side of the floor, which is allowing Vipperman to double down. Now they're on opposite sides this possession.
Here's Gage out here on the dribble drive, double team, stops, looking for ball reversal, comes out high to Lutz. Now here to Trey. Trey, triple, good! 46-43, the microwave. Turn it on high.
I told you in the first half, he can't get shy, Paul. He's too good of a shooter. Just keep shooting. Shooters shoot out of slumps.
Here's Moss with the ball inside again, and that'd be a foul on Paul Foreman. That's a good call by the official.
Leaned his left shoulder into him. If he's playing, they've let him bang on him being squared up, but he got beat baseline instead of sliding his feet. He leaned in with his shoulders. That's foul number 2 on Paul.
Austin Jones checks in for Jordy Moss, and Paul Foreman checks in, and Kyle Thompson will come in to give Paul Foreman a blow.
I really like the way Moss plays. 4.6 rebounds. He understands his role in this team.
With the basketball now here, Vipperman into the corner now to Paul. He loads up the triple, and we're tied at 46-all.
It's the first triple they've hit in their last 10 attempts. That's a big shot right there for Mount Vernon.
Here's the ball in the hands of Trayvon. Back out to Thompson, back here to Lutz. Goes inside to Gage. Gage shovels it back out here to Tanner. The left-hander for 3 off the front of the iron. Tanner grabs the rebound, shovels it inside to KT, and he scores with the left hand. 48-46, KT's first points, and a hustle play by Tanner.
2 seniors stepping up big on that possession. Vipperman launches the 3. He'll let
Shot
him
no
shoot
good.
all day.
Oh, that's the rebound. Bethel with the ball on the half-court set with a 2-point advantage.
Down
Pass inside to Gage. Gage turns, shoots, scores! 50-46 BC. Gage with a field goal inside.
With Moss on the bench, you have got to give Gage the ball every possession down there.
Here is Vipperman on the far wing now. Hits Knox on the left side. Knox one-on-one comes up high now here to Paul. Paul around a high side screen, flares out right wing. Looking, comes out to the left side. Not
Gage. Vipperman lowered his shoulder. He bent over and tripped Gage intentionally, but Gage responded by just shoving him in the back. He has to keep his composure. He has to keep his composure.
And we have our media timeout here at the 15:05 mark with the Pilots leading 50-46. We'll be back with more college basketball right after this.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. I want to take this moment in time to pass along our heartfelt condolences to the entire Billy Graham family. Mark, I know, is a pastor. I can't think of anybody within my lifetime or my father's lifetime that had a greater impact globally than the Reverend Billy Graham. So a guy that's impacted every pastor or teacher that I've ever known. And I know you thinks highly of him as well.
Absolutely. Saw a picture of him and Martin Luther King on Facebook today. And I thought, boy, talk about 2 people that impacted so many. Yeah, on that last possession, Paul, Vipperman absolutely took out Gage's legs on purpose, but Gage can't respond. The refs aren't going to blow the whistle because you shove somebody and he'll reward you.
Here's the ball in the far corner now here to Roberts. Goes back here to the right wing, now to Paul. Paul flares out to the point, drives down the lane, pull up 14-footer. He scores and a foul is called. 50-48, free throw pending here with 14:50 to go in this second half.
Trayvon picks up his second, so you've got Foreman, Shepard, Covington with 2 fouls each, Ott on the bench with 3.
And Jacob Paul, a 78% free throw shooter. Free throw on the way, no good, so he missed the free throw.
They're now 5 of 9 from the foul line.
Here's Trayvon on the far side wing. Still on the dribble. Going to be hawked out there by Roberts. Comes out high and out of Foreman. Foreman, 17-footer, no good. Rebound. Ripped out of there by Jeremiah Roberts. Up here to Knox. Knox quickly over the timeline now. Stops, puts on the brakes, goes left side now to Bipperman. Hands it off now to Paul. Paul on the drive. Jump pass out here to the right wing. Triple, no good. Rebound on the Roberts miss. Here's Trayvon up to the left side now here to Tanner Shepard. Back to Trey. Trey, 3, Rams, no. Paul Foreman tips it out here to Lutz.
Good possession there. I'd like to see the Pilots get the ball back inside to Paul. Make Vipperman defend down there.
And Ryan Lightfoot wants to take a timeout. 14 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in regulation play. Bethel will have the ball as Ryan Lightfoot wants to take a timeout and discuss pleasantries. Our coverage of college buckets today brought to you in part by our friends at Gates Automotive Group. When everybody else has their hand out for your sweet refund check, Gates Automotive says, we don't need no stinking refund check. Just $5 measly bucks gets you driving. Buy a Toyota RAV4 or a Chevy Equinox for $199 a month. Or choose a Toyota Camry or a Chevy Cruze for just $189. Always over 1,000 used, 500 new. Just a $5. Makes you a driver. Shop any of our 5 locations in Michiana or online at gatesautomotive.com. Selection, price, trust.
Scoreboard update. St. Francis leads Spring Arbor 16-12 to play, 53-50. Got a close one going on there.
Kyle Hartman checks into the ballgame at that last whistle.
Go to work.
Goes inside to Paul Foreman.
There you go.
Foreman powers in for 2, and he scores.
All day long.
52-48, Bethel by 4, and Foreman to go to the line to try to cop the hoop and some harm.
3 fouls now on Austin Jones. When Moss is over here, you have to pound the ball inside all day long.
Big number 43, Paul Foreman.
So here comes Jordy Moss changing things, which we know Jordy gets tired. He plays well, but he needs those breaks. And so now you're forcing him to come back quickly.
Checking out of the ballgame, Austin Jones, the big 6'7", 205-pound sophomore, as Foreman will try to give his club their largest lead of the evening. And his free throw goes in and out, no good. The broadcaster's curse.
Paul with 6 points, 3 rebounds now.
And now with 13:50 to go, ball into the hands of Jacob Paul. The talented sophomore goes right side now.
2-3 zone by the Pilots.
Back out here on the right side. Roberts back over here to Knox, back out to the top now to Paul. Paul goes back to Knox. Knox launches the triple. Good. 52-51.
Might I suggest a box and one instead of a 2-3 zone the way that young man's shooting the ball tonight?
No question. Here is Lutz with the ball on the right. Goes to Tanner Shepard, back out to the top now to Thompson. Swings it left side now here to Kyle Hartman. Hartman's going to come around a screen. Goes in out here to Lutz. Lutz will zip off a screen back here to Tanner Shepard. Tanner is asking for a cutter.
Yeah, he wants KT to clear out for Paul.
Here's Tanner on the drive. The shot and the score. 54-51. Tanner with another fine play.
And a great senior leadership. He was telling Kyle, get out of there, let Paul post up. What happened, though, was when Kyle left, it cleared the drive lane for Tanner.
Here's Roberts in the deep left corner now. Looks for help. Stop, skip pass out to Knox. Knox on the drive. And a foul on the entry drive.
And that zone was short-lived. Pilots went man-to-man there. It's going to be Lutz picking up his second foul, like just about every other Pilot tonight.
12:47 to go in regulation. Bethel a 54-51 leader. Mount Vernon at one point in time had a 10-point lead.
Remember in the first half, Paul, 9.5 minutes
Oh,
ago.
Moss just traveled all over the place. He might as well have traveled from Barcelona. Here's a drive by Knox and a score. And he's going to go to the line to get the hoop and some harm here at 12:42 to go.
Lutz picks up his 3rd foul. That's the 7th team foul in 7 minutes of play. First half, they only had 1 foul after 10.5 minutes. So Lutz will head to the bench. Trayvon checks back in.
Knox hit the line on the year, a 93% free throw shooter. Did his prep work at Marysville High School in Ohio. Playing in his 31st game of the year, and he has been the best player on the floor tonight for the team from Mount Vernon, Ohio. Hands down.
He's sitting at 20 points.
Free throw, no good.
Thank you, broadcasters. Curse.
Yes, miss a rare free throw. And it's like the 3rd and 1 we've seen missed here tonight Here's Foreman with the ball, one-on-one against Moss, drives, reverse layup, he scores. Beat Jordy Moss off the dribble drive, 56-53, 12:21 to go.
And that's a nice finesse finish by the big fella going to the left hand there, reverse layup.
Vipperman on the far side wing, comes out high to Roberts. Jeremiah looks right. Now he'll go left up high here to Jordy Moss. Moss swings it now to Knox in the corner. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Trayvon Covington.
Good
Trey
defense.
will come over the timeline now into the forecourt right wing. Goes out high to Foreman. Now gives way to Tanner Shepard. Back to Trey. Trey around the screen, looking. Shovels it to Hartman. Hartman asks for a cutter to go by. Waits for a clear out. Goes up high to Kyle Thompson. Thompson hands it off to Tanner. Tanner Shepard here. Goes around a double high side screen. Stops. Comes back out to Paul Foreman. Paul on the drive down the right side of the lane. Scores! And a foul is called. 58-53. Paul Foreman putting his big boy pants on and taking it to the rack there.
Yeah, you've got Gage and Lutz on the bench for foul trouble. The Pilots extend that lead. Paul being aggressive, going to the rack. 10 points now for the big fella. Jordy Moss picks up his first foul. We talked about it, though. He's tired. He's got to come out. He's only played a few minutes here, but for the game, he's logged a lot of minutes tonight.
Paul Foreman, who comes into the ballgame averaging 12.8 a game, 6 rebounds, and he'll try to continue Bethel's streak here.
You're not going to talk about the fact that he might miss. He's got this. Come on.
Free throw in and out, no good.
Paul.
Misses the one.
We've had a whole bunch of left and one opportunities from both teams.
That's the 4th consecutive and one for both clubs, and both clubs have got 2 of them.
And when this game ends, it's going to be a close game, and whoever loses is going to look back at missed free throws and be real frustrated.
Knox goes and a whistle away from the ball on Kyle Thompson.
Yeah, he's just shoving Jones in the back.
That puts Mount Vernon into the 1 in bonus already.
Yeah, he was just moving. Jones wanted to post at the block, and KT pushed him about 7 feet off the block. So Jones only a 69% foul shooter.
But the bottom line is only 2 fouls have been whistled on Mount Vernon here in the half.
Right. Gage now back on the floor. With Moss on the bench, you got to go to Gage down low, but he cannot pick up that 4th foul.
Jones' free throw good, making it 58-54. And he'll have one more opportunity forthcoming. Eyes, flies, the left-hander scores both of them. 58-55. And Bethel with the ball. Here's Trayvon Covington handing off to Tanner Shepard. Tanner on the dribble. Stops, looks.
Get the ball to Gage.
Goes inside to the low post to Gage.
Go to
Gage
work.
is going to back in. Comes back out to Hartman, back to Trey. Covington, 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound. Kicked out by Tanner Shepard. Another hustle play by Tanner Shepard. The 4th of the night on a 50-50 ball.
10 offensive rebounds for the Pilots. There's the seal down low. Get it to him. Get it to him. That's, oh my goodness. They're going to call Gage. It's going to be Gage's 4th foul.
That is a terrible call. So Gage picks up his 4th foul with 10:53 to go.
He's getting a piggyback right down there from Jones. That's it.
So write it down if you're scoring at home. Gage goes to the bench at the 10:53 mark with 4 fouls. And Bethel leading 58-53. Here's Jacob Paul out high, comes right side now to Schmitz. Schmitz looking back out to the top to Knox. Knox around a screen, flares to the right side, comes back out here to Jones. Jones shot no good from the top. The rebound up court, quickly come the Pilots. Here's Tanner Shepard. Hits the trailer, Trayvon Covington. Trey flares out left wing. Now comes around a screen, goes out top here now to Hartman. Kyle wrap around to the low post to Foreman. And
there
he's
it is.
fouled inside.
That's going to be 4 fouls on Jones, so he can head to the bench like Gage did on the other end.
I would say hands down that an Austin Jones Gage trade is not the same.
Well, they got called on Schmitz, actually, so it's going to be his first. They said he was in reaching in, but
so Foreman goes to the line here with 10:22 to go in regulation. Number 43. Eyes, flies, and got the shooter's roll to extend Bethel's advantage to 59-55. These 2 games that these 2 teams played before. Mount Vernon won 77-73. Mount Vernon won 75-73 as Foreman is able to knock down a pair, give Bethel a 60-55 lead.
certainly looks like this one's going to be more high-scoring affair than the first two.
I wouldn't count on it. Here's Knox with the ball around a high side screen on the hard dribble, comes around. Skip pass out to Vipperman. Vipperman drives down the lane, stops, he travels, no call. Back out here to Schmitz. His jump shot no good. Rebound. Should have been a foul on Knox over the back. And it is.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Hartman's stats, Paul. 0 for 2 from the floor, 2 assists. People are going to look at the box score and think he didn't contribute tonight. Since he's been on the floor, Knox hasn't scored. He's come out, he's closing out, he's getting aggressive with them, handling the ball.
And here is Hartman over the timeline. Hands it off now to Foreman. Gives it off to Tanner Shepard at the top. Now goes to the right elbow to Kyle Thompson. Waits for a cutter. Backdoor pass to Tanner. And once again, Tanner here in the corner. Goes inside now to Foreman. Waits for everybody to clear out. Paul drives. Shovels it off now to Hartman. Hartman shot way off the mark. Tanner Shepard saves it inside to Paul Foreman. The shot no good. What a hustle play by. And here's Tanner Shepard on a complete sellout.
Oh, great hustle by Tanner getting on the floor.
Great 100% sellout by Tanner Shepard. Diving on the floor for loose ball. Tell me he does not want this.
Unfortunately, it's going to be his third, and he's sending a great foul shooter to the line.
But what a play by Tanner Shepard. Just the effort out there is nothing less than miraculous. Everybody plays that hard. Good stuff is happening as Knox goes to the line. With 9:34 to go. Free throw good. 60-56. 9:34 as we hit the home stretch, just as an FYI. Jared Ronai has 6 timeouts remaining. Ryan Lightfoot has 4. That was 10 fouls have been whistled on the Pilots now, so everything here is.
Will Abbott trying to clean up the perspiration. Unfortunately, it's about a 12-foot stretch of perspiration there from Tanner sliding across the floor. So Will's working hard down here.
He's doing a great job all year long. Knox, the Marysville High School native, averages 2.5 assists to go along with that 14 points off the bench. Makes it a 3-point ball game here. Here is Tanner Shepard on the left wing. Goes in the corner, now to Trayvon Covington. Wrap around now to Foreman. Foreman backs in. Shot on the way. Good, and a foul call. Big Paul taking it to the rock.
Pretty simple game when you slow down. Get the ball to your mismatch and abuse your opponent. Whether it's advantage with the ball handling, advantage with the shooter on the outside, or in this case, the low post. When Moss is sitting to our right, you've got to get the ball down low.
And Alex Johnson, a 6'5", 230-pound freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, went to Little Miami, will come into the ball game now.
Yeah, Jones has his 4th. Jordy Moss still trying to get a rest, so they're going deep into that bench tonight.
And Paul Foreman with a slight bend of the knees. Free throw is on the way. High arching shot.
Finally.
Good.
So Paul's got 15 now. Pilots 63-57 lead with 9:19 to play.
With a basketball out here high now. Here to Jeremiah Roberts. Now goes right side now to Paul. Back out the top now to Johnson.
Oh, good hands.
And once again, Kyle Hartman, an outstanding play over there in front of the Bethel All-American Matt Schaus.
Paul, 58-53 when Gage went to the bench. Do you have that marked down?
Yes, 10:53 to go.
So
exactly.
So far in the 2 minutes since, Pilots have extended the lead by 1. You'll take that
to the bank.
Yep.
Right there. Check it out under the 3.99% intro rate TCU scoreboard. 3-point shot,
it's
no
over
good.
The back. Come on.
Here's Johnson over the back, no call, and here is Kyle Hartman to push it up. Kyle driving. Inside
nice
pass out to Kyle Thompson. Shot no good. Tipped up and around. Kyle missed a wide open layup.
Kyle was expecting contact instead of just going to the basket and scoring. It's a great pass by Kyle Hartman.
Vipperman looking for a cutter, goes into the corner to Johnson. Johnson goes now inside, now to Roberts. Shot on the way,
nice
good.
Bucket.
63-59 and a timeout. Mount Vernon, they'll take a 30-second timeout with 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Jared Ronai wants to discuss pleasantries. Our coverage today being presented in part by Lake City Bank, proud sponsor of Bethel College men's basketball. At Lake City Bank, local bankers provide checking, savings, and loan products, along with the technology to manage them 24/7. Go to lakecitybank.com/personnel for details. Member FDIC. Even Dave Gentile had to come over and get a drink of water. He's so worn out from running up and down the floor in this one. All right, let's get you back to live Crossroads League first round action, but let's go on over to Coach. He's going to get you an update on some scores elsewhere around the league.
Yeah, 8:44 to play. Number 2 seed, St. Francis leads number 7 seed, Spring Arbor, 67-64. With 11 minutes to play, Huntington, number 5 seed, 71. Marion, 62. And number 1 seed, Indiana Wesleyan, with about 14.5 to play. 67-49 lead over Taylor.
All right, Tanner Shepard, who came onto the Bethel campus as a golfer, gave that up, and now was a walk-on on the men's basketball team. Has the ball on the right wing, goes deep right corner to Trayvon Covington. Covington, who had to sit out of here because of a knee injury, over to Kyle Thompson, another guy who had not a lot of playing time going into this one. And a whistle, going to be a foul called on Alex Johnson.
Alex Johnson's played a minute, and he's fouled about 5 times. He's gotten called for 1, but he jumped over the back here and gave Paul a shove, and he was banging on Paul that entire possession. So
that'll be the 16th foul.
Go right back to Paul right now. Isolate him down there in the low block.
Kyle Hartman to the left of the lane from our vantage point here at Press Road. Goes out high, not a Paul. Paul spins, shoots, had a blocked away ball, ricochets into the hands of who? 50-50 ball taken away by Knox. Knox streaks up the left side, right sideline. Drives, shoots, and scores. 63-61. Knox another field goal, this time at the 8-minute mark.
24 points for Knox. What an evening.
Ball here to Trayvon Covington on the left wing now. Ryan Lutz getting ready to check in at the next dead ball. Covington, triple on the way. Good, and a foul call. What is the call?
Going to call a foul on Vipperman. It's going to be Vipperman's 3rd foul, but it's going to take away a triple by Trayvon. It's going to send KT to the line, which is not who the Pilots want at the line.
That is a great foul by Mount Vernon.
Absolutely.
Kyle Thompson, a 38% free throw shooter. But it will be a timeout by Bethel here with 7:40, or is this the media timeout?
This will be media.
All right, so the media timeout is coming your way here at 7:49 here in regulation. Bethel, a 2-point leader. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back with more of college basketball. First round Crossroads League coming your way. More right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Centier Bank is Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. Since 1895, the Schrag family has built a legacy of success through business and by servicing the communities of northern and central Indiana. Centier's not-for-sale promise pledges to the communities we serve that we will continue to preserve independent banking in Indiana for generations to come. Centier Bank is proud to serve the communities of northern and central Indiana. Please visit Centier.com for more information, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, member FDIC.
Back live here to Crossroads League Round 1 action between the number 6 seed, Mount Vernon, 17 wins and 13 losses. They were 9-9 in the Crossroads League during the regular season, finished 6th place. Bethel, the 15th ranked team, the number 3 seed, finished 11-7 in league play and 22-8 overall. Pilots in search of their 21st Crossroads League championship of some sort. Free throw, no, Thompson, no good, and Paul Foreman grabs the rebound. What a big offensive rebound for Paul Foreman.
12 offensive rebounds for the Pilots tonight.
With a basketball, Trayvon comes back out
there
to Thompson inside the low post to Foreman. Foreman powers inside, and he's fouled from behind by Alex Johnson, and Paul will go to the line with 7:34 to go.
And that's who you want at the foul line. He's 5 for 7 tonight. Much better foul shooter than Big KT. So Knox picks up his 2nd foul.
And Paul here, who's been a beast down the stretch.
5 of 7 from the line tonight.
The youngster from Churubusco High School. He started 28 games this year for Ryan Lightfoot. He makes the first free throw. 64-61. Johnson coming back out of the ballgame, and Jordy Moss will return to the Mount Vernon lineup.
Pilots out rebounding Mount Vernon tonight, 40-25.
Look at this running score sheet here, Mark. Look at the Paul Foreman is able to knock down.
It's all Paul Foreman going there.
Yeah. 3-point ball game now.
So now Pilots showing zone defense. They have to know where Knox is on the zone.
And Knox over here on the right side. Goes back out to the top now to Paul. To Robert, skip pass over here to Knox. Wide open shot, good. And you hit the nail on the head.
Unbelievable. You got to go box and one or man to man. Kyle Hartman has done a great job on him. So just leave him there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Lutz here at the top of the ring now, left side to Trayvon. Trayvon on the drive.
Foul.
He's fouled by Jeremiah Roberts.
His
and that'll
third.
send Trayvon to the line at the 7-minute mark.
Where on the season, Trayvon's a 73% foul shooter, but on Saturday, Trayvon struggled from the foul line. So
Trayvon on the year at that 73% mark, as you alluded to. You look at the big picture with him. He certainly has come back for a real sluggish start here in the second 20 minutes. And with 10 points, he'll try to move his club into the plus side here.
yeah, Trayvon was sitting with 4 points at the half.
And he's knocked out a pair of triples as the free throw is good for number 1. And Bethel leads 65-64. One more opportunity for the former R. Nelson Snyder product. Right-hander free throw, missed it, 1 of 2. Another 1 of 2. Paul was 1 of 2 the last time. Trey 1 of 2 the last time. With the ball on the right wing now, Vipperman goes here to Roberts. Roberts looking for some help.
Watch Hartman on Knox off the ball.
Comes to Vipperman. Vipperman on the drive, fakes, back out to Knox. Knox drives, leans, shoots, no. But Knox is going to earn 2 free throws where he's deadly at 93%.
But Kyle made him put the ball on the floor, didn't give him the uncontested 3, and just credit Knox. That's good defense by Hartman. Knox, when he got to the lane, leaned into him, initiated contact, and earned himself 2 free throws.
And once again, the Jevin Knox show has been nothing less than miraculous here today, as he's at the line now. 27 points, make it 28, and we're tied 65 all.
Paul, what's the magic number for 3-pointers given up? The Pilots don't want to hit 10 right now.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon's 9 of 28. They started 6 of 10, so they're 3 for the last 18, but they're sitting right there at the doorstep.
Knox free throw good again. He gives his club the lead back, 66-65. The question for Ryan Lightfoot, how long will he leave Gage out of the ballgame, who's playing with 4 fouls? Gage went to the bench at the 10:53 mark. Here is Kyle Hartman. Skip pass to Trayvon. Trey drives down the lane and dunks it with 2 hands. 67-66. Trey with the dunk.
Made that look easy as he just kind of elevated through the lane there for the 2-handed flush.
Bethel by 1. They'll dig in on defense. Here's Jordy Moss one-on-one against Kyle Thompson. Here's Moss with the drive and an easy score over Kyle Thompson. 68-67. Moss.
Keep your feet, KT. Make him score over you. Don't make it easy for him.
Thompson goes over here. Wrap around to the low post to Foreman. One-on-one against Moss. Goes now here to Hartman. Hartman jump shot in the lane. Left it woefully short. The rebound ricochets into the hands of Knox.
Great game plan by Mount Vernon. They're doubling the low post off of Hartman because he's not an offensive threat for the Pilots. And so Kyle's got to make him pay and knock that one down.
Jacob Paul hands it off now to Vipperman. Vipperman looking for help. Wraps it over here to the far side now here to Knox. Knox still on the look. Jump shot from 14, good. 70-67. Knox has just been a one-man wrecking crew with 31 points.
And one, no. Paul's going to go back to the line. Jordy's going to pick up a second foul. How about the stat line for Knox? 11 for 14, 5 of 7 from downtown, 4 of 5 from the foul line, 31 points, 5 rebounds. Not bad.
Paul Foreman to the line. It seems like I've said that a lot tonight.
Yeah, free throws number.
Got to knock him down, though.
Free throws number 10 and 11 here for Paul.
Free throw on the way, no good.
He's missed 4 of them tonight. He's 6 of 10. As a team, they're shooting 66%. We know they give up too many threes and they don't shoot free throws well in their losses.
Those are the 2 things that are on the. BC is 21-4 when they're out rebounding their opponent, and they're also 16-1 when they shoot more free throws than their opponent. Second free throw good, and it's now 70-68. Paul once again another 1 of 2, and a timeout on the floor.
Full timeout for Ryan.
For Ryan Lightfoot, and Ryan now with 3 remaining. Let's see what he can do when his club hits the home stretch, trailing by a bucket. We'll be back with more of BC Hoops right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Nothing but top-selling models at Gates of Granger, Michiana's newest, hottest pre-owned sales lot. If you can't tell the difference, why pay the difference? Only you and I know it's used, and I won't tell.
Gates knows. Now you know. Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Back live here to Bethel College. Paul Condry, Mark Gardner. Thanks again to Tiny Condry, Andrew Bowen, the guys up there at the top.
Paul, I put Gage in quickly. He's only got 5 minutes left in his career. If they don't win this game, you don't want him to use those 5 minutes on the bench.
With the ball on the far wing now, Vipperman goes deep left corner now to Paul. Paul drives down the lane. Pull up 4-footer, no good. Rebound. What a block shot by Covington.
Yeah, Paul put the ball behind his head, and Trayvon was able to get it and block it away there. KT came up with the loose
Trey's
ball.
second block of the ball game, Coach, I believe.
Yep.
He had 4 coming into the ball game, and now he's picked up 2 in this one. Here is Lutz with the ball on the far wing now. Goes out high now to Paul Foreman. One-on-one against Jordy Moss. Waits for help. He's going to back in. He traveled, and a jump ball. And alternating possession favors Bethel if that is the case.
7 on the shot clock. Ryan Lutz has not taken a shot this half. Yeah, I go to Gage out right now and get the ball inside to him.
And now the arrow will switch. Moss comes out of the ball game as Jones will try to take care of Big Paul over there in the far corner. Comes out high. And what was the call there?
Hold. I thought they were going to call Trayvon for the shove. Trayvon extended both arms there, I thought. So they're going to call that on Roberts, his 4th foul. Pilots got a break on that one, Paul.
And mark it down if you're scoring at home at the 4:43 mark. Roberts with his 4th.
And Roberts just asked the official what he did, and he said, you held him, and he nodded okay, but he said he pushed me first, which led to the hold.
70-69. Trayvon with the free throw. Good.
Can Jordy Moss come back in? And no time went off the clock on the inbound. The foul was before. That's what Ryan's asking right now. The foul was blown before the ball was actually inbounded.
Trayvon is able to knock both free throws in, and we're tied 70-70.
Yeah, Moss cannot check in the game because no time came off the clock.
That's exactly right. Ryan got it right, and so did you, Coach.
Yeah, the substitution came in at 4:43.
Right.
Inbound pass, the ball was never in play.
So Moss will have to come out of the ball game, and Austin Jones will come back to the hardwood. A good observant move by Ryan Lightfoot, the young first-year head coach of the Pilots, as they continue to talk things over. And Mark?
Yeah, they're saying the clock was at 4:44, so they're saying that he should come in. What they should do is they should correct the scorekeeper and say the clock should have never started. That's a correctable mistake.
Well, the score, Trey's free throws happened at the 4:43 mark. We do know that, right?
But it shouldn't have. It should have been, there was 4:44 when they inbounded the ball. The whistle was blown. Trey never had possession. Trey was held before he got possession, so the clock should not have started. That's what he's saying. Clock should not have started.
And they'll make the
correctable mistake.
Very, very good by the officiating crew. We don't give them a lot of credit for things that they do and don't do right. And this time, the official got it right. It is a collectible error. Jordy Moss is coming out of the ball game now.
Jordy has no idea what's going on. Poor kid. He just wants to play basketball.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. So it'll be Mount Vernon to move from left to right now.
Great, like you said, great job by the officials. One of the assigners or the evaluators is here tonight. I walked in with them, and we chatted about our friends in stripes.
Here's the ball in the hands of Roberts on the far wing now. Looking for help as they're running the weave out high. Vipperman at the free throw line, drives, spins, left-handed shot short, rebound Kyle Thompson. Ryan Lutz to walk it up over the timeline now into the forecourt.
If you're the Pilots, any possession that Knox doesn't shoot is a win.
Yeah, here's Tanner Shepard at the top, goes down to Paul Foreman.
Go to work,
Paul's
Paul.
going to back in. Paul shoots, missed the shot, rebound, and then Kyle Thompson is drilled to the floor. Here come the Cougars with an opportunity to take the lead. Knox, 3 on the way, good.
As I was saying, any possession that he doesn't shoot is a win for the Pilots. He's got 34 points now.
With a basketball over the timeline now. Trayvon Covington on the right one. His club a 3-point trailer. Trey will try to answer. Shot no good. Rebound. Tanner Shepard once again with another 50-50 play.
Tanner's got 7 rebounds now and probably 4 of them on the offensive
There's
end.
Paul with a spinner ram into the goal, and he scores! 73-72. The big fella taking it to the rack.
Probably should have been Vipperman's 4th foul there. There was a lot of contact down there. They're going to get timeout Mount Vernon here. 3:32
Jacob
to
Paul calls timeout. Mount Vernon takes the timeout. 73-72 Cougars. 3:32 to go in regulation. Big Jordy Moss will come back to the floor after the timeout. Our coverage of Bethel Buckets today being presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group. When everybody has their hand out for your sweet refund check, Gates Chevy World says, we don't need your stinking refund check. Mike, $5 measly gets you a Chevy Cruze for just $189 a month. Just a $5 makes you a driver at Gates Chevy World. What do you got? Scores, knock it down.
Indiana Wesleyan 86, Taylor 63 with about 7:50 to play in there. So I will looking to move on.
Taylor season's over.
Yeah, Huntington 91, Marion 81, 2 minutes to play. So looking like Huntington's going to pull the upset. Remember the preseason, Taylor beat 3 top 10 teams. And then conference play started and everything went downhill. And they played well against the Pilots to start the season. And the one that Pilot fans are interested in, aside from this one, St. Francis 84, Spring Arbor 75. That game was 71-65. And then the next thing I looked at was 81-65. St. Francis put on a 10-0 run, and there's 2:21 to play. They're up by 9, and Spring Arbor has the ball. So we'll keep a close eye on that one.
I mentioned that the last time when we were on the air, the Pilots games, the last 10 games have been decided by an average of 3.7 points per ball game.
More importantly, that 3-pointer by Knox. 3-pointer number 10 for the visitors. All 8 Pilot losses have been accompanied by 10-plus 3-pointers from their opponents.
Pilots have Tanner Shepard along with Lutz, Trayvon Covington, Gage Ott, and Paul Foreman. Mount Vernon will come back on the offensive end of things with Jacob Paul. We also have Vipperman out there, Knox, Jordy Moss, and Jeremiah Roberts. Here's Knox at the top of the circle, comes around a screen, still on the dribble, jump pass back out here to Vipperman. Vipperman wrap around to the low post to the big fella, Moss. Fakes, shoots, up, under, missed it. Rebound, ricochets into the corner. Tanner Shepard.
Great defense by Paul Foreman, not going for any of the head and shoulder fakes.
And now it's Ryan Lutz to walk it up with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in regulation. Bethel a 1-point trailer. Trayvon Covington on the far wing. Skip past to Lutz. Lutz wide open triple. Bucket! Ryan Lutz first triple of the night. 75-73 BC.
Ryan's first shot of the second half. He waited 17 minutes to take one, but it was a big one.
Here's Knox out here high. Knox on the drive. Around the back dribbled. Leans. Kick out here to Vipperman. Triple short. Rebound. Vipperman goes over Gage Ott.
Holy cow.
The ball is controlled by Paul Foreman. And Gage is on the floor. How come that was not a foul over the back?
Yeah, it's got to be. You've got to protect these guys.
My, oh my, was that a brutal no call. 2:32 to go. We're going to take a timeout, come back and regroup. Pilots a 2-point leader, 75-73 with 2:32 to go. As Gage is we're going to keep it right here. Gage is going to walk it up.
And we know he's played with a bad knee all year. Ryan sharing a laugh with him. It's amazing that Gage is able, and Vipperman showing good sportsmanship, going over there saying, hey, big fella, I just jumped on your back for a free ride and hammered you, but I hope you're okay. After the game.
The look, and now Gage is going to have to come out of the ball game.
Oh, that's a good time to give our trainer there, Josh, a shout out because he gets these guys healthy.
Is this Luke Fisher's first minutes of the second half?
Yeah, it has. KT's been the go-to guy here in the second half.
So it'll be Fisher, Lutz, Trayvon Covington, Paul Foreman, and Tanner Shepard on the floor here with 2:32 to go in regulation. Pilots by 2. Tanner Shepard
Pretty
left
simple
wing.
stuff. Get the ball to Paul because Moss is sitting on the bench.
There's a pass inside to Fisher driving down the lane, and he missed a wide open layup. Boy, you can't ask for anything better than that.
Nope, did exactly what you wanted. Paul got double teamed to hit the cutting Luke. You just have to clear out and let Paul go to the rat gauge and then check back in.
2:20 to go in regulation, and Mount Vernon is going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Pilots by 2 as we hit the home stretch here in the first round of the Crossroads League on Regional Radio Sports.
Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union, financial solutions. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Our coverage today being presented in part by ACOA, AACOA.com. Do you want to be part of a company that is committed to excellence in their products and services? ACOA, a division of Bonnell Aluminum, is a producer in aluminum extrusions and anodizing with job opportunities in their expanding production facilities in Niles and Elkhart. For more information about wages and benefits, the website is www.aacoa.com, and the phone number is, go get a piece of paper and a pen. You got it? All right, now write this number down then, 269-697-1372. That's 269-697-1372. ACOA. Call them today. Hiring right now, 7573. Mark Gardner, Paul Cadry, glad you can join us here for this one. 3 timeouts for both ball clubs. 10 fouls have been whistled on both ball clubs. The alternating position arrow favors the visitors from Mount Vernon, Ohio. 75-73, our score. Holy Cross, 24. Calumet College of St. Joseph, 21 at the 5:17 mark of the first. Keep in mind they're playing in the Central Time Zone tonight. As it'll be Roberts inbounding the ball to Knox. Knox now in the backcourt now. He has put 34 points of his team, 73 on the board. Now, Knox on the drive, cut off, lost the handle on it. Ball's on the floor, stolen by Ryan Lutz.
It's got to be a foul.
And then a foul called on Vipperman.
That's going to be That's Vipperman's 4th foul, and it was a late whistle.
And with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go on a 50-50 ball, how about Paul Foreman hitting the deck? How about Ryan Lutz hitting the deck?
Yeah, you have to go get on the floor for that loose ball. Now you've got the best foul shooter on the team heading to the foul line.
Ryan Lutz, an 89% free throw shooter.
3 players on the floor from Mount Vernon playing with 4 fouls now.
Number 4, the product of Penn High School at the line. 2 slide dribbles, eyes, flies, and he missed the free throw, Coach. That's what you get.
He's got to knock down this one, though, because he can, and we need him to.
Lutz with 1 more free throw opportunity. Eyes, flies, knocks this one down. 1 of 2, 76-73.
No 3-pointers. Lutz has to hang all over Knox.
Here's Vipperman coming out high now here to Jacob Paul. Back to Knox high. Knox comes back right side now here to Austin Jones. Back out to the top now to Paul. Jacob Paul back over here to Knox. Knox on the drive. And a foul called on Lutz.
No need to reach in there, Ryan.
And that'll send Knox to the line with 1:48 to go. And, Coach, once again, you talk about making people beat you at the charity stripe, and that's the situation here. Now you put a 93% free throw shooter at the line, who's missed 1 tonight.
And Bethel just had an 89% foul shooter miss 1, so
anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but that is Lutz's 4th foul.
And number 3 with 2 dribbles, the slide bend to the knee, free throw good. It's now 76-74, Bethel. But 1 more opportunity for Knox. The Ohio native will.
I'm going to say Alex Johnson fouls on this end of the floor. He's been hammering people all night. So
both free throws good. It's a 1-point Bethel lead with a $1:48 to go. Vipperman coming out of the ball game now.
Yeah, you have to go to whoever, Moss and Vipperman on the bench. You just have to get the ball inside, go to work. Maybe you get an and 1 opportunity to make this a 4-point game.
All right, here's Lutz on the slow walk. 1:45 to go in regulation. Here's Foreman up high here left at the 45-foot mark. Hands it off now to Lutz at the 45-foot mark near side. Timeout, Ryan Lightfoot. 1 minute and 33 seconds remain in regulation. A Bethel timeout comes your way. Once again, we'll give you a game reset. Bethel 76, Mount Vernon 75. 2 timeouts remain for young Ryan Lightfoot. 3 timeouts remain for young Jared Ronat. 10 fouls have been whistled on both basketball teams, and the alternating possession arrow favors Mount Vernon Nazarene. We'll get some updates here on Crossroads League men's basketball. It was neat to see that the NCCAA men's track team was honored here with their blue banner. That'll hang up nicely here in the Gates Gymnasium, high above Mike Lightfoot Court. Let's go to Coach with their Crossroads League update. Coach, take it away.
Yeah, we got some final scores here. Number 2, St. Francis, a 10-point winner over Spring Arbor, 93-83. Number 5, Huntington, an 11-point winner over Marion, 102-91. So Marion season comes to a screeching halt. Spring Arbor season comes to a screeching halt.
Well, Andrew Bowen is firm that Marion is going to get an NAIA a large bid. That's what Andrew feels. Going through the bracketology.
And hey, he knows a whole lot more than I do about this, but that's what surprised me coming into this tournament, dropping a home game in the first round of this tournament. You know, if Mount Vernon gets this win here, you have to look at them and give them some love. That'll be interesting to see.
Lutz to inbound here to the left of the Hall of Famer, Ryan Lightfoot. Number 5, looking over the shoulder of number 4, if you will. Tanner Shepard on the left wing. 10 on the shot clock now, goes out high to Gage out. Back to Trayvon Company, lobs it inside, now to Foreman. Foreman with 5. Skips it out here to Tanner Shepard. High arching shot, high off the rim, no good. Rebound, Gage out. And the ball is ricocheted out here and controlled by Knox. And the Cougars, 1:12 to go. Timeout, Mount Vernon. 1:09 to go. Mount Vernon will take a timeout. Pilots with an opportunity. Did not convert. A much-needed offensive opportunity. Coach, let's talk about strategy now if you're Mount Vernon.
Well, for the Pilots first, they got the look they wanted. I would have rather seen them go inside, try and isolate Paul, but you got a good, clean look. If you're Mount Vernon here, obviously it all goes through Knox. Pilots have been taking away the three-point shot, but he's been attacking the dribble and getting himself to the foul line. Tonight he's 6 of 7 from the foul line, 12 of 15 from the floor, so yeah, it's got to go through him.
Bethel with great balance scoring up there. Paul Foreman with 19, Gage out with 14, Tanner Shepard with 16, Trayvon Covington with 15. If you look at Mount Vernon, it's been plain and simple the Javon Knox show. He has 36 points. Also, Jacob Paul with, I believe, with 10.
13.
13
those
checked out.
Yeah, those are the only 2 guys in double figures. So, yeah, you know who's going to have the ball in his hands. Vipperman's 2 of 11 from the floor tonight. You know he wants to shoot the ball. He's an aggressive player, and if you're the Pilots, you let him shoot it. If he knocks it down, there's plenty of time. Now, if I'm the Pilots, if you get this ball back and there's more than 40 seconds, you push it up and try and get a quick one and get yourself that last possession. Obviously, if there's under 40, under 35, then you hold it for the end.
Gates Automotive, Chevrolet, Toyota, 1,000 used. Selection, price, trust. It must be true. Gates in Michiana for nearly 100 years. Tanner Shepard, Paul Foreman, Gage, Trayvon Covington, and Ryan Lutz. It'll be Knox along with Paul. He'll be joined out there by Roberts Vipperman and also Austin Jones as Knox inbounds the ball, goes into the backcourt. And we have right now 65 seconds remaining in regulations. Here's Knox on the right wing. Knox on the drive, leans in, shoots, in and out, no good. Knox got the rebound. He slapped it away, but the tip-up is in by Jeremiah Roberts, 77-76.
And this is where I say push it. Get a quick shot so you guarantee yourself the last possession. If you hold this for more than 15 seconds.
Trayvon Covington on the far wing now. Comes out high here to Ott, goes now to Lutz. Lutz 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound into the hands of Austin Jones.
That's it. You're going to get the ball with 10 seconds back.
Here's Knox over here, and still on the hard dribble. Knox one-on-one against Lutz out here. Still on the look. 25 seconds to go. Mount Vernon by 1. Lutz going out here one-on-one with Knox. He'll go to the other side of the floor now. Comes around a screen, and the ball nearly knocked away. Knox looking for help. Off-balance shot on the way. Oh, he made it with 3:80-76. They got to call 2 or 3. And a timeout on the floor. Knox, an unbalanced 35-footer. And it's now a 4-point ball game. Unbelievable shot. I have no idea why the clock is running down.
They'll fix that.
What are you going to say, Coach? The guy's unconscious.
He is, but there's 2 on the shot clock, and we backed off him. I mean, you've got a double team on him, and there's 2 seconds on the shot clock, and instead of hands up closing the wall, we gave him space to step through the double team and shoot it. But I agree, it's an incredible shot. He's unbelievably talented. He's having a career night. He's got 39 now. But you've put yourself in a position by letting them run it down. And I say you come double team him early, make him give up the ball, make somebody else hit a shot. Anybody but him. But what a shot for the young man.
Yeah, no question about it. 80-76 Mount Vernon with 8 seconds to go. Knox is just, everywhere I go, there's K's on my score sheet here in this one. Just been a spectacular night for the youngster from Marysville High School in Ohio, only a freshman. And it'll be Tanner Shepard, Gage Jott, Ryan Lutz, along with Paul Foreman and Trayvon Covington on the floor. Pilots hoping for a miracle here on Mike Lightfoot Court. And if you're Mount Vernon, I just go out and foul somebody, make a shoot free throws.
Yeah.
Don't even give them an opportunity to shoot the basketball.
Well, and we've talked about that with the free throws. Pilots have missed 8 free throws tonight. 16-24 from the line. You're down by 4, and you've left 8 points on the floor.
So it'll be Tanner Shepard to inbound on the near sideline. Looks. Comes out high now here. Goes into the corner, and he throws it away. Ball out here into the backcourt now, and that is going to do it. Final score here from Mike Lightfoot Court. The Mount Vernon Cougars sweep away the Bethel Pilots. Played them 3 times, beat them 3 times. 80-76. Bethel falls to 22-9 on the season. Mount Vernon remains alive with an opportunity for a chance to go to South Dakota. They improve to 18-13. Final score 80-76. Mount Vernon wins the ball game as we wrap things up here at Mike Lightfoot Court. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Mothers know minivans. Gates knows minivans. More vans, more colors, more models and brands. Gates, more locations in Michiana, more savings.
Gates knows. Now you know.
When your child's in the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to leave their bedside.
If we had to leave the hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
The family room was definitely a blessing for us. We needed to be close to our daughter, and it gave us exactly what we needed at that time.
Make a difference in the life of a family when they need it most. Give to the Ronald McDonald House at Memorial Children's Hospital in South Bend. Donate to our new house at loveshinethrough.org.
Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and the proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. We're wrapping up our coverage of the first round of the Crossroads League. The 15th ranked Pilots, tell you what, they've been in some wars with Mount Vernon. The first time these two teams played, the game went into overtime. 77-73 was the final. The first time, second game, it was 75-73. Mount Vernon on the road at the Ariel Arena, and back here at Bethel, 80-76. Just a fine line between victory and defeat. But Mount Vernon, for the first time in school's history, wins their first game here and then comes back and does it again for the second time in school's history One team had some of these numbers. I know you're looking over my shoulder, and you've got a thought, so jump out at me.
At the 4-1 mark, Pilots were, our 4:43 mark, it's a 70-70 ball game. 6 minutes in the final 6 points in the final 4.5 minutes. And, left too many free throws on the line, gave up too many three-pointers, and let one guy just have his way.
And once again, it's that over 10 three-point thing. Every ball game that Bethel has lost this year, all 9 games, they have allowed their opponent to knock down 10 three-point baskets. There you go. You can't go out and defend a three-point shot. You're not going to win games if you're this team. Well, all the things that the Pilots didn't do that they've done all year when they've had success. If they're leading at the half, they're 1-4. And what does that tell you right there? When you get out rebounded, you lose basketball games. When your opponent makes more free throws than you do, all those things, all those variables that has been a pattern for Bethel happen here tonight, and that's the reason they're out of the Crossroads League tournament. They're still going to the NAIA National Tournament, but Mount Vernon, most importantly for them, they have a chance now. They are still alive because keep in mind, St. Francis and Indiana Wesleyan are going to the national tournament regardless of what happens. In this ball game, score was tied 8 times, lead changed hand 14 times. Mount Vernon's largest lead was 11 at 9:44 to go in the first. Bethel had a 6-point lead with 9:21 to go. It's the 3rd straight time Bethel has had the lead with less than 10 minutes to go in the ball game against Mount Vernon and lost the ball game. All right, you got our final numbers.
I got our final numbers. The visitors shot 28 of 61, 46%, 11 of 31 from three-point range, 36%. Remember, they started 6 of 10, so 5 of their last 21, but they hit 2 big ones down the stretch. 13 of 18 from the foul line, 72%. They had 34 rebounds, only 5 on the offensive end. 8 assists, only 4 turnovers. Individually, Joe Schmitz did not score tonight. 3 rebounds. Jacob Paul, 13 points. Brett Vipperman, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Jeremiah Roberts, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Jordy Moss, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Austin Jones, 8 points, 6 rebounds. And the leader off the bench, Jevin Knox, 13 of 18 from the field, 7 of 9 from three-point range, 6 of 7 from the foul line, 39 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Young man played 35 minutes tonight. For the home team, 27 of 64, 42%, 6 of 21 from three-point range. Was after starting 1 of 10, 29%, 16 of 24 from the foul line, 67%, 45 rebounds, 13 on the offensive end, 12 assists on their 27 baskets, which we know that's always a key number. Usually it's a lot higher percentage. Only 7 turnovers tonight. Individually, Trayvon was 4 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 8 from three-point range, hit 5 of his 6 free throws, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Ryan Lutz, 2 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 6 points, 9 rebounds. Tanner was 7 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 6 from three-point range, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Gage, 6 of 10 from the floor, he was 14 points, 7 rebounds. Paul, 6 of 15 from the floor, 19 points, 5 rebounds. Kyle Hartman missed all 4 of his shot attempts, grabbed 2 rebounds. Trey Burns hit his only shot attempt, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Luke missed both of his shot attempts, grabbed 2 rebounds, and KT was 1 of 3 from the floor, 2 points, 2 rebounds.
All right, some final thoughts here from Bethel assistant coach Andrew Wingreen. Andrew, I'll just give you an open-ended question here today. Pilots just didn't get the job done. I thought they were focused. I thought they were zeroed in prior to the ball game. I told Mark they were going to win this game because just the way they went on, behaved. But boy, oh boy, did the Knox kid, he had his greatest game, period. I don't know. You got any thoughts on this one, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Knox, he played his butt off and really single-handedly carried them, and he hit some tough shots, got to the basket, and yeah, I mean credit to him. He did a great job, and really, when we didn't have an answer for it, and he won the game for him, no doubt. But I thought, I agree with you. I think our guys were focused coming into the game, but at the same time, we just didn't have. There's just something about it. We've been fighting it all week where, I think we felt we punched our ticket to the national tournament, and while we wanted to win this game, there was just a different feel in practice, and we were fighting it all week, and we were fighting it in the locker room, and we were focused but not totally engaged. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's going to be a long couple weeks here now, in preparation, and, we have a lot of work to do. Really what it comes down to, I think, is guys just, we had some guys today who didn't show up, and they didn't know how to impact a game, and we just need those guys to step up and figure that out by the time we get out to Sioux Falls.
All right, 2 case in points. I think my numbers are right. Gage Ott didn't get an entry pass until about 9 minutes into the game in the first half. Ryan Lutz, that 3-point basket was his first shot attempt in the second half. You know, those are guys that have to get looks. Those are guys that have to get shots. Are they not looking for the shots, or is their teammates not getting them the ball when they need to? What's your take?
It's, you know, I'm not – what we talked about in the locker room at halftime was, you know, for our guards to, you know, get the ball into 42 or 43 and then say, here I am if you need me. And that didn't happen as much as, you know, we started getting it to Paul quite a bit in the second half, but for the most part, we need our guards to step up. Our guards need to, as a collective unit, come more ready. They need to be willing to defend. They need to be stronger with the ball. They need to know how to cut better off of, you know, post feeds and make post feeds. And really, I think that's our glaring issue right now, is being able to stop ball handlers and just getting our guards to be consistent, you know.
Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in South Dakota.
Yep, for sure. Thanks, guys.
All right, Andrew Wingreen, our final interview here on Mike Lightfoot Court. Mark, you got a final thought as we wrap up our broadcast here today?
Oh, another great season. Great young men. Privileged to be here and do this. I won't be making the trip out to the national tournament with you, so this is my last game of the season to call. But yeah, we've talked all year. There's some holes that this team has and some weaknesses, and teams exploit it. Struggle defending the three-pointer. And then knocking down free throws. You've got to be able to do those things to close out games. And I think we see the importance of being an all-around ball player. You know, Kyle Hartman, great defender. He knocks down when he was out there, but free throws are a liability at the end of the game. You know, his outside shots, they were double-teaming off him, so now you have to decide what's more important, offense or defense. Mm-hmm. Ryan Lutz, great offensive player, gets himself in foul trouble sometimes defensively, and he picked up those fouls there on Knox, working hard. But, you know, so those are things that yeah, I mean, you know, if you're an all-around player, you make it so much easier on yourself and a coach that they don't have to play those situations. You just go out and play the entire game. But the Pilots, this is a weird team. This reminds me of some of those teams. Like, these guys can go out and make a Final Four run if they put it together. These guys can go out and come home after the first game if they don't show up. I don't know what to say. A lot of times we go out there and we know what we're taking out there.
Sure.
I don't know about this team.
Okay, Coach. Thanks, as always. Great job all season long.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here today. Once again, the 15th-ranked Pilots bow out of the Crossroads League tournament here in the quarterfinals. In this one, they fall to 22-9. Mount Vernon remains alive in their quest for the Crossroads League postseason tournament. That would be the only way they get a chance to go to the national tournament. They are now 18-13. They sweep all 3 games against the Bethel Pilots this year. Once again, it was 40-35 at the intermission, and the final score, 80-76 Mount Vernon. That's going to do it for our broadcast here from Mike Lightfoot Court. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.